Oh, hey, hello. Welcome to chat party number 5. We're just waiting for some special guests to arrive and hopefully we'll get it on and have a nice little speak time. So sit back and hopefully we'll have a good time and have some good guests and keep each other company in these troubled times. Hope everybody's washing their hands and everything, being safe, keeping your social distance. Let's see what happens today on chat party number 5. Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Krate. Hello, Tom. Here we go. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, Tom's here too. Took about a minute. And Michael Elliott's here. Hello. Oh, I guess nobody can join if I don't put up a link. That would help, right? Duh. Bang. There, that fixes things. I forgot to put the link up. There we go. And Joe's here. Hey, Joe. See, we'll have a super array of guests once we get going here. Here we go. We welcome to the show, Joe. How you doing, Joe?
Hi, who else is here? Nobody, just us.
Well, Tom's here, Michael's here, Record Crate is here.
Oh,
all within 2.5 minutes. So hey, not too bad this time.
Join.
Yes. So a lot better than last time when I guess notifications weren't even sent out.
Yeah, I got a notification. My phone buzzed, and there you were.
Okay, so maybe they're working again today. But I wore this just for you there.
Oh yeah, I'm not a curly guy though.
You're not a curly guy.
No.
Oh no. Well, yeah, well, you're a Shemp guy.
I don't like curly.
Oh my gosh.
I'm the only guy in the world.
Good afternoon.
Oh, Adam.
Must be.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello, Adam. Adam and I spent about 3 hours on Skype this morning. Holy cow.
Yeah,
Doc rode all over Raleigh with me today, Joe. I was making deliveries and I headed up to Wake Forest, so he had an adventure.
Sure. I saw more of Raleigh, North Carolina than I ever thought I would. All the way to Wake Forest. Just like being on a.
I'm doing 2 things here at once.
Just like being on an adventure.
So, I'm going to be accessing my screen down here. I can read the comments when they come up, if I want to.
Well, it's too bad, Joe. I thought you liked curly more than you're saying.
So, what's a good word, if there's any?
I've been watching his grandson on YouTube, and he's pretty darn good.
Oh, Curly's grandson. I said I didn't like Curly. That's not true. I mean, I just like to watch these shorts with the other Stooges, third Stooges in it.
I think he's great. So I was kind of like spreading the word to all Stooge fans.
Oh yeah, everybody loves Curly. I like to be a little different. I guess that's why.
Yeah.
And then the Shemp ones, their Stooges are a little older. They're funny. They're like pushing 60. It's a little.
Hello, I'm Gwendy. How you doing? Gwendy's here.
Oh, Gwendy.
Yeah, you remember Gwendy?
Yes, Gwendy.
And I would hope one day to meet Gwendy. How are you, Gwendy?
Wendy.
I think
Everyone knows it's
up in
Wendy.
Alaska somewhere.
Everyone knows.
Joe, I know Wendy from visiting Doc's Lives Tact in the past.
Yep, and Stephen Schnee, he's here. He's that famous guy who writes liner notes for records and magazine articles. Fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah, and run off and watch Stephen Schnee if you can.
yeah.
I've heard of Stephen Schnee too.
Yes, famous guy.
He's the famous Stephen Schnee.
Yes, yes. And if you can go visit Pancake Circus, fantastic for supper.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. So everybody's staying safe, staying out of trouble.
I went shopping this morning. We bought rubber gloves just to use on the. Everybody's walking around with rubber gloves on the shopping carts and things. And
Just
that's what we're doing now.
on the pavement there. That's the big. Everybody's wearing the gloves, but then they're throwing them out in the parking lot.
I was going to tell you that. Yeah, they're all over the place. It's disgusting.
Yes. Why they don't take them home to throw out or throw them out at the store?
Oh, they want to keep the contamination out of their house. No, I mean I'm not condoning it. I'm just figuring.
Yeah, but throw them out on the pavement? It looks stupid.
No, I know. I don't know. I think it's terrible. I just that's why they're doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, there's no record shopping here either. Yeah.
No, my stores are closed. No Captain Antonio for me.
My stores are closed too.
Here we got a
Is
new
Don's?
Everyone
I have
else-
no idea what Don's doing. That's his life.
Hey guys.
Hey, Michael.
Hello, Michael.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
We're all good. Hey,
We're rocking
is Hello Records
and rolling.
Michael, is Hello Records open?
I have no idea,
Hello.
man. I have no idea.
Hello.
They might be doing like like what Adam is doing. I think they might be doing curbside things like that. But
They're
I've
not
just been
far
staying in, man. I haven't, I'm not going out and shopping, and plus I've got my toys here. I've been loving it, man. Yeah, folks are complaining. Oh man, I'm bored. I've got nothing to do. I got a million things to do here. I love it.
Yeah, true. Most people like us have things to do. Yeah,
Yes.
inside, but still, because I'm still an essential, so to speak. I'm working, but so.
Yeah, I'm working too. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Okay, so yeah, because you can't work from home, not like with computers or something.
I can.
No.
Okay.
I'm working harder than I ever worked, guys. I work harder than when I was a child working on the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't work because what I do, half of what I do is in the field, so it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah.
Let's see if we can get Stephen Schnee to join us this time.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
I tell you this, I've never gotten more. This is the most sleep I've gotten in years, and I feel great. I really, really have not been getting a lot of sleep. The other thing, I was eating a lot of sugar. I was feeling sluggish, but man, I've been taking a lot of time now to get a lot of sleep in and change a little bit, not eating too much, bullshit.
Oh well, that's good. That's good. Prior to this starting, I was on an upswing with eating better and stuff. But since it's happened, I've just been saying, well, I don't care, and that's not the right way to think now more than ever.
You cope the way you cope the way you cope. People cope with things differently, and you do what you do. But it is a good chance to have a reset button. This is the perfect time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta stock up on toilet paper.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Actually, we went into this place. I made a video a few weeks ago, whatever it was, and the shelves still haven't been stocked since I've been there. But today, it's weird. There weren't the bags and bags full of toilet paper, but there were a few individual rolls by Stop and Shop brand, which I've never seen before. It wasn't, whatever the Cottonelle or Scott tissues. It was just a store brand Stop and Shop individual rolls, no more than one per person.
Everything is back ordered right now.
I like that place you went to, Joe, where you had to have a password and knock on the door to get in. That was cool.
Yeah. That
Joe,
was.
are you
They
in
have
New York
records?
City? Are you in New York proper? New York City? Where are you exactly?
Oh, I'm in New York State.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, all right. I got you. I understand. But what I'm asking is, are you in a heavily dense population?
there's not a lot. There's not a little. Kind of I'd say middle of the road kind of thing.
Do you have a lot of mom and pop stores?
Yeah. Well, there were, but but now they're not. They're closed.
Yeah,
Sure.
because you're not going to find toilet paper if you go to places like Walmart and all of that stuff. That's where everybody's going to run first. They're telling
you
us
got to go to little places.
Yeah, they're telling us here, support the local folks, the smaller, even the go around. I can go around the block now to the party store just a few blocks away. There's toilet paper there.
Yeah.
What a party!
Yeah, it's weird.
The other day, we've been eating all our meals at home for the most part, right? My girlfriend's home now, so she's cooking a lot more. She's not working right now. So what happened the other day was I said, let me be daring. I'm gonna go get like a cheeseburger or something from Burger King, and I went to going through the drive-through. And I tell you, I was terrified. I'm not saying this to be funny. I really was.
I understand.
And I went through, and I'm sure they were too. And they have the screen, plexiglass screen, and gloves, and you're handing money back and forth, and you're wondering, is the money contaminated? And putting the paper. I'm saying, should I be eating this? And that's what I'm worried about. People getting really freaked out to that point where you're afraid to even open a wrapper or something.
And they're not accepting cash. They want credit card.
Yeah, they took cash from me, but I'm afraid I don't know how long that's going to go on.
Well, Burger King I went through, they had the tap. Of your credit card, they just handed you the machine. And that's as far as they could, thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey,
Joe, how's your record store doing? How's your record store doing, Joe?
Mine, well, I as far as I know, they're closed. I haven't really, I haven't heard anything from them. I've been working, and I got a text or two from the owner just for fun, but I think they're closed.
Looks like a gorgeous day there, Adam. You opened up the door.
It is beautiful.
The sun is just blazing. Yeah, it looks very refreshing.
I'm putting about 300 records in my car so I can take to Raleigh for another online auction, buy it now this afternoon. Yeah. That's the only way money has been coming in, guys.
I hear you.
Yeah, I don't know how I forgot about that, because I thought when you were doing some of those auctions, I thought, Adam's trying to make some bucks, which is a good thing. I don't know why. I apologize for just forgetting that and saying we're not doing any StreamYard chats. Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, but that's my lifeline now.
Yeah, sure.
Doesn't mean you can't come and buy a whole bunch of records. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, Detroit over here is one of the hot spots in the country. Number 5.
Right here.
Right there.
And our governor Greg had a sparring contest with Trump the last few days. And he was telling Mike Pence and HWO, don't even talk to her, and it's crazy. But now all of a sudden, yesterday, thousands of face masks came to the Detroit, so something got through.
Yeah, I thought I heard Detroit mentioned somewhere.
Oh yeah. After that exchange that he had with Governor Whitmer about 2 days ago, all of a sudden, boom, this big shipment of stuff. Because
nobody knows how to handle it.
He needs Michigan to win.
So he's giving Michigan a special.
He's not gonna. He's lost Michigan. I guarantee you, he's lost Michigan a long time ago. So, yeah, too late now. But anyway, let's get off of that. So how you been, Doc?
I've been okay.
You hanging in there? Oh, I love your curly shirt, man. That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm advertising his grandson's channel.
I
didn't know he had it until about 2 days ago. I've been binging on it.
So how do I find it? Is it
Curly,
on YouTube?
yeah, Curly's grandson. That's
Okay,
what
I'll
it's
just put
called.
that in. Awesome. That's
Does he
great.
have any interesting videos of things?
There, he's like, I'm trying to learn about it, okay? What I figured out so far, he's the son of Curly's second wife, and he's
Okay.
basically poor.
Really?
So he's using his little bit of fame to make videos. He's hooked up with another comedian who used to do stooge uh, things, like what do they call them? When they imitate, like when the bands go out and they're doing
I don't know what they call them, but I know.
yeah, what's the word?
Tribute shows.
Thank you, tribute. Yeah, like a Three Stooges tribute thing. He's hooked up with them, and together they're making videos using the comedian and Curly's grandson as a modern Curly character. And he's and it's pretty good, actually. I've been liking it.
So it's Curly as if it was today,
yes,
modern times.
Yes, it's modern Curly as played by his grandson.
Oh, I got to check that out.
And I think it comes off pretty well.
Okay.
So they've gotten this series called Big Baby, where the comedian plays a big baby, and Curly G, as he calls himself, comes in to like babysit or watch, and stooge-like antics ensue. And I think it's pretty good. So
I'll definitely check that out.
yeah. So I'm kind of half advertising the idea. So
hey, James is here.
James is here. Nice gig. Mickey is here.
Oh, and there's a Starman waiting in the skies.
Yes, and Tom's Vinyl Shack.
Ah,
I don't know what
Hunyadi.
he's into.
All of the greats, all of the superstars.
Hello, y'all.
What you drinking, Adam?
I'm drinking
Oh, cool.
orange vanilla.
Mm.
Is there someone standing
Looks
behind
delicious.
Mm.
Looks delicious.
Zero Coca-Cola.
I'm on my second.
Essentially caffeine.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper.
I'm out of water. That's one thing I haven't done is go back to the soda at least. I've been eating other stuff, but I'm drinking other stuff. I mean, well, water only, but I've been eating stuff.
I'm waiting for my drink to thaw. I
got my mint chocolate chip ice cream for tonight. I don't care.
All right.
I put my drink in the freezer so it would chill up real quick, and I forgot about it. And I just walked to the freezer, it's frozen, so I had to take it out to thaw.
Well, now you got a popsicle.
Exactly.
Popsicle.
Popsicle. I want to drink
I
my
want to ride my
popsicle.
popsicle.
Oh no!
Where has Richard Dolan been lately?
Yeah, Richard Dolan around?
About time for him to get up, though.
I haven't been. Richard hasn't been around, huh?
No, for days.
Wow.
I think his mom has him locked in his room.
Wow.
It's about time for him to get up.
Maybe he's super bummed out, man. He lost his gig and then the festival. I don't know. Maybe he's just
He was
out.
getting depressed, but then we all.
Yeah, it's hitting some of us.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Michael, I really wish you were the Michael Elliot I knew 30 years. Oh, that's right. He told me that he knew somebody in the service with my name. Cool.
I thought it was a roommate.
Or something like that.
I'm going to use my emojis.
Okay, now did you figure out?
It was just because it was Internet Explorer. That's the only reason it was a problem.
Yeah, a horrible. Well, not a horrible. I'm Mac anyway, but so but I know many people on PC who deplore Internet Explorer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you meant an emoji to come up, but it didn't work.
Oh, you're trying to send one up now?
Yeah, I did one. Yeah, it's on there.
I keep forgetting. That's on the. I got to go to the YouTube channel to see those, right? I think.
It didn't work
I'm on my mobile phone, so I'm not seeing comments.
As a matter of fact.
Yeah, I'm on my mobile phone and laptop. That's
Oh.
the only reason I can see the comments on the side.
Well, the emoji didn't work on my end.
Really?
Yeah, I just have wash hands.
You got a PC or a Mac, Doc?
PC. Hewlett Packard.
Are you using Google Chrome or Firefox?
I'm on Chrome.
Oh, and you're still having issues?
I guess so.
Hmm.
I only got Skype working today.
Oh, yeah.
How behind am I on that?
I installed Skype way back when it first was in its what they call it, demo stage. And for whatever reason, I haven't been back to Skype in years. But I do have it on my computer.
Yeah, it was installed on that computer, but I never used it until today. And then
It's a good platform.
yeah.
Yeah, I know it is. I used to, like I said, I used to be on it, but I just, for whatever reason, there's a lot of times I got so many applications that I can't use them all the time. And then some of them I just gravitate to more than others. You know.
Right.
Hey, Kimba's here.
Hey, Kimber.
Cool, Kimba.
Kimba. Good old Kimba.
Yeah.
Good old Kim.
Where'd Wendy go?
Oh,
Stephen Schnee even. Oh, what's that?
Looking out of my lonely room.
Well, I think I see a little black rose here.
Oh, that's a nice shot there, Adam. Don't take it off the trees and the clouds. Oh, that was a beautiful shot.
You want to see the wisteria? Do you guys have wisteria in Michigan?
I don't think so. I've never seen that before. Must be a tropical thing.
Yeah, no. There's
wisteria,
I
Joe?
think there's wisteria here in Michigan. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All purple and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
gorgeous.
It's pretty, but an invasive species. Oh,
Yeah.
Wendy's here.
Is that
There's
something
not
you
too
have,
many-
Joe?
What'd you say, Adam?
I was asking Joe. Joe, do you have wisteria where you live?
What's that?
It's a plant. It's growing in the trees right there. They
Mhm.
bloom this time of year.
Oh, I suppose so. I don't know what it was called.
Okay, cool.
I feel a sneeze coming on.
Most Eastern or Midwestern states have some form of it. I wouldn't be surprised, Joe. I'm sure New York has it. You would just have to look out for it and see it. You know.
I know
In the
of
concrete
Wisteria
jungle.
Lane.
Please welcome
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
Byers.
Yes, sir. Man, I haven't had a
James
chance to talk
Byers.
to you, sir.
Oh, hello, you lovely people.
A minute or two of James.
James, you always make the day brighter, buddy.
Oh, good. There you go.
Right below my screen there. I didn't see you down there to join.
Well, I'm glad you came on, Doc. It's hard for me to make those late nighters. I thought I was going to, I said, maybe I'll nap a couple of hours and try Adam if he comes on late. But at least I get a chance to see you guys right now. So it's great.
We're family.
We are family.
The
I need a
family,
couple hours nap.
the studio family.
I've gotten more sleep than I have in years, and I just love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you must not be working, Michael.
Nope. And I've pretty much lost about at least a third of my income because a lot of the work that I do is in hospitals and nursing homes. So
Oh, no.
I had a couple of hospitals booked out for the entire year. There's even when they lift all of this, maybe in the summer or something, most of these hospitals, they're going to be really careful. I'm sure they're going to pretty much cut down vendors for the rest of the year. I'm pretty sure they're going to do it. So I'm prepared to have, that third is gone. And then a little bit on the other end, but no, I'm being hit pretty hard. But I got blessed where they increased my disability just 3 weeks ago before this hit,
Oh,
and they more than tripled it.
Wow.
wow.
Wow, good.
I mean,
It's not a staggering amount. I still wish I could retire, but boy, it's probably going to get me through at least this first wave. I don't know if it comes back in, December or November or whatever.
Well,
But man,
my sales
I
are
couldn't
down
believe it.
90%.
I opened up the letter. And they went, "We've granted you," and I went, "Oh, right on chess." So that's great.
Good.
Yeah, because I'm not going to get any of that check. Those checks that they're cutting. And even if I did, the biggest amount I'd get is $600. That wouldn't go anywhere. So
you're supposed to get 1,200.
Yeah,
Well,
why
I'm
are not
glad
getting?
that you're
no, it's
losing
it's
a
not
third of your
1,200
business.
for a plus. What was that, Adam?
I'm glad you're only losing a third of your business. My sales are about 90% down.
Well, that's a third of my field work. I also get call-ins. None. I have no call-ins for the last 2.5, 3 weeks. And see, the thing about the products that I sell is that if people aren't going out, they're not using it. So that when all of this lifts, people will already be stocked. It may take a while even for that to recruit, So, but I'm not worried about it, man. What's going to be, it's going to be.
Do you want to know how much I got?
Yeah, I don't
Zero.
have time to stress, man. I don't have time to stress out about this stuff.
Good. Good attitude.
Joe, you were talking about like earlier, don't touch it.
Yeah.
I'm not outside. I wash my hands. People are, I'm not saying don't be cautious, but people are really, really going way over the top with this stuff.
Well, that's how I feel too. If I'm inside and it's not, the virus isn't in here, and I wash my hands, I guess I could rub my eye and stuff, Because I've been saying this sometimes when I was doing my live chats the last couple of years. There's been something going on where, people tell me it's dry eye. You have dry eye. Like every once in a while, my eyes will itch, and I start rubbing it, and I can't stop,
Yeah.
And then it starts like I can't keep it open, and so, and if that starts up again this time, this time now, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to take a napkin or something.
Ask anybody who's hoarding toilet paper why they're doing it, and they can't answer.
Oh, I know why. Well, I know why they're probably doing it. They're probably because they think that, it's going to be impossible to get, which is what we're on now. It's like,
well, if they would stop hoarding it, it would be
impossible to get. Yeah,
it would be available.
Or you have to ask the first person, whoever that might have been.
I'm telling you, they can't really answer that question because that doesn't even make sense, But they have a word called sheeple.
But what do you think old socks are for?
Oh,
yeah. Or maple leaves, right, Doc?
And anyway, despite all what's going on, you're all looking adorable as always.
Thank you, sir. And yourself, how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just I'm not allowed out the house at all, so I'm keeping myself entertained.
How's the Queen doing?
The Queen, she hasn't phoned me today. No, she's okay.
I don't know. I heard Prince Philip was visiting with the Queen, so
not at the moment because he's got it.
Exactly. Yeah. So
and so's Boris. So no.
If he's visiting with his mom, he's gonna infect her.
I know. I know. But no, sort of like obviously there's sort of no gigs for anyone anywhere at the moment. So we're all kind of in the same boat. But no, I'm just doing lots of reading and playing guitar and ukulele at home, and just
lots of time to practice.
Absolutely. I'm just sort of, and I'm just sort of feeding my mind with stuff. But I couldn't resist coming on and saying hello before Homeland and tea. But hey, there's somebody.
And you just reminded me of another piece of income I've lost. I can't get any DJ gigs. So even the side work is gone. So, but
that's it.
once again, we'll be all right.
And here's the thing.
Mike, I don't believe we've met. How are you?
I don't recognize
Mike,
that person.
Good.
Hope you have toilet paper.
Yeah. Do you have enough toilet paper, Mr. Mike?
I got a few. I got a few.
Me too. I didn't hoard. I want
Go
other
on the
people
dark
to get
web,
it.
sell them for 900 each. You'll be minted.
I try not to be too selfish.
I haven't been shopping for over a week, so we'll see how it goes when I go in the next day or two.
Yeah. May I ask what state?
Tennessee.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
This
Wow.
is me. Nice guy. Nice guy, Mick or Mike.
nice guy, Mike. What about him?
Yeah,
What about him?
me. That's me.
Oh, that's
Yay!
Oh, it's nice guy, Mike.
You don't recognize him? He's got a
No,
tie.
I've never met him. And I may have missed. When I think I pretty much saw a few streams that you were on, but it said "nice guy Mike" at the bottom, I believe. So
Yeah, I just changed my name just for fun, like James did today.
I see. Okay. Well,
Oh, I always have James in my title somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But, I've been
world-
entertaining myself with this. It's a book about cream.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes, strange group.
wow.
Hey, Jill just joined.
Ah, yes. Hello,
It's
Jill.
Jill. I haven't seen her in
It's
forever.
Jill.
Wow.
You don't know what it's like to love
Somebody.
for Jill.
The way I love.
Well, anyway, my lovelies, I'm going to make tea and then get to watching some television. But if any of you are on later, I need entertaining.
You
So
do that. You do that, James. Nice seeing you, kid.
Watch
right,
out.
and we shall do it again soon.
Take care,
Adios.
sir.
Okay, James.
Bye, James.
Bye, James.
I'm just looking at some symbols here, trying to send. Oh, there's one.
Yeah, I got a black rose a little while ago.
Adam's on the move over there, huh? He's on the move.
Oh, we got 2 feet.
He's got the convertible down there. He's cruising in style.
Yeah, Adam's taking us on a ride.
Yeah, and he's got his Buggles glasses on. Video killed the radio star.
Okay.
Can't hear you now, Adam. Your phone went
Stop in
down.
to say hi. I'll check you another time. Have a great day.
All right, nice guy.
Howdy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Can't hear you, Adam. Your sound is down for some reason. Can you hear us?
He's driving. Sometimes it goes in and out.
Oh, he's waving goodbye. I guess yeah, because he's driving.
Boom.
All right. There you go.
And then there were 3.
What happened to my screen here? Why am I over? Do I have to move one way? Oh, there we go. That's a little better. Yeah.
Oh, and Joe throws up.
What was that?
Hey!
Trick!
Hey. Me, Mr. Mayo.
Joe made the idea or had the point about don't touch your face a little while ago.
Yeah.
And I saw a cartoon recently that showed a guy with one of those collars on, you know, they put on pets.
Oh, yeah. So, and it has the cone.
Yeah. And the guy was wearing a cone, and the dog said, "Now you know how I feel."
Oh, that's funny. It was like a meme or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Jill says she just got back from a 2-mile walk. That's why I picked the feet up there.
Oh, 2 miles. Oh.
You know why I put the feet up there?
So nice outside, but windy. But is it a refreshing wind or is it a cold breeze?
It's a miserable, ugly day here. Good Lord.
Oh, it's supposed to get super windy here. A little later, like 69.
Yeah, it's supposed to get here too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm supposed to be at the Beetle Fest this weekend. That's where I'm supposed
is
to
that
be.
this weekend?
Oh,
Oh man.
Yeah, and I had to do a virtual reality. The last time we did they're having a virtual reality fest this weekend online. So I did my talk show instead of there. I did it online. Reality thing,
Yeah.
whatever they call it, virtual.
Right.
whatever works.
Unbelievable. So, Doc, have you gone out just to? Well, yes, sir. That's right. You did a little stroll to show the empty streets of Windsor, didn't you?
Yeah, I did that on Friday after
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
I think these ideas up while I'm working. Like what could I do? What could I do? And I thought, oh, let's show the people the dead record stores.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but
Doc, I gotta say, you're one of my. I've always said you're one of my favorite YouTubers. That's why I made the plug video that's now deleted apparently. But be that as it may, the thing is, when I was watching your latest video, this sounds strange. It doesn't seem the same anymore because I know you more as a regular guy now.
Oh yeah.
It's strange. After seeing you on here, it doesn't seem you're not as like quirky as you are in the video because I know you. You know what I mean?
You know that quirky saying. You know that saying, Joe. They said, never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
You never know. They might disappoint you.
Yeah. You guys know I don't like making videos. I hate it.
Really?
I do.
Oh, don't stop.
Well, you certainly put a lot of work into them. Something you hate.
I do want to be entertaining.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
But to make those things, to think them up,
yeah.
You two guys are great talkers. I am not.
Yes, you are.
I hate public speaking. So to do, to sit there and talk for 15 minutes and hold up a record or something like that.
Oh yeah.
No, but that's not. But there's enough of them out there.
Yeah.
That's not your thing. You have your own niche.
Well, I wanted to be different. I did want to do comedy even from the start, but I can't stand doing public speaking, which is awful. So like to do the one that I just did, that was done in segments. So it's like it's different shots.
Yeah.
Together. That was not so bad. But for me to just sit here and say, hey, guess what? These records or something like that. And
no, I wouldn't want you to do that. But it wouldn't be Doc. That's how I look at it.
But believe it or not, a lot of folks out there who have very polished YouTube looking channels, they hate to do their edit. They hate it. Most people really do. And then eventually, as they grow, they find like some 12-year-old kid and the kids are doggone good. And you get somebody or some student out of college and have them do all the work. I'm not saying right now, Doc, but that's how some of these folks alleviate having to do the hard work. But, in the beginning.
I love editing. When I have a video that has to edit, I love editing. But what I don't like is, I don't know, I'm not savvy when it comes to computer, believe it or not. But the thing is, would it be a call when you first have to download it, I guess? And you gotta take each peg and bring it up. That's what I do. And I put it up onto my what's the word, on the desktop, and bring it up on the desktop, and then bring it up on the desktop.
Right.
Once it was all there, and I got like 15 segments, like say a record store video. I got little.
You can start linking them together.
Now I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Now I'm going to take them and I'm going to see how I edit them together. Then I have fun. But to get them prepared, bring them up onto the screen.
I do the same idea. I've got the part where I get into the car, the part where I drive down the highway, the part where I get to the mall.
Yeah.
All separate pieces. I edit those separate pieces, and then put them all together. Bang. Maybe tack on an intro, tack on an outro, and throw
and I can't do that stuff. Did you see the Omega Man video I did today?
Yeah.
Today?
Well, I commented. Yeah.
Yeah, I did an Omega Man video. Now, first of all, I don't even know how to take somebody else's video. And if I like a video by Doc or a video of the Omega Man that's on YouTube and take it and borrow and copy it. I'd have to take my camera, record it off the screen.
No.
I don't even know how to do that.
Okay, where are you getting the source from?
Well, usually like YouTube, like you say I wanted to say I saw Doc today and I want to do a tribute to Doc's video. Then I want to have a snippet of Doc, steal Doc's video. Okay. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to take somebody's video and bring it up.
Man, and I have a way for you to do it, but you're on a PC, and I don't know how. I don't know much about PC. Man, if you're on a Mac, Mr. Mayo, I have such an easy way for you to get the. Well, I'll check and see if if it works for PC. If it does, you and I'll talk. Man,
All
I
right,
got
we'll figure something out.
Oh, I
And then
got
another simple thing, like even Doc, even when you have your words, letters. I can't find out. You think I'm a terrible speaker. Your letters going around. You have music and stuff. I don't even know how the hell you do that.
The intro.
That's a little
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Talking about how the letters form.
Yeah.
Oh, that was done with animation. I
Yeah.
did that. I've got the letters, like the magnetic letters that you stick on your fridge.
Right.
And I had a white easel, not easel, the thing that you paint on. What do you call it?
Yeah, that I get. But how do you make everything else with them?
Okay. I had the camera pointed down. It's just like animation. The camera pointed down with the letters, and I would stick my hands in and rearrange the letters. But then when I got it in the editing, I would chop parts of it out.
But Doc, you mean to tell me that you do like the frame for frame, because that takes forever to stop?
It's like the Wolfman. It's like Lon Chaney Jr. becoming the Wolfman.
What was that again?
Growing the hair.
Oh,
Stephen Schnee.
Oh,
Hello, Steve.
Steve. Hi.
Spaz.
So,
can you hear us?
Yeah.
Steven?
Hello.
Well, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
How you doing?
Hey, Joe. Hey, Michael. Hey, Doc.
Hello.
Is it coming through this microphone? Are you hearing a tap through the
Yes.
microphone?
It's working.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you sound great.
Hey,
Yeah.
there he is. How's Pancake Circus?
Pancake Circus. You got
Oh
me
boy,
on that one, Doc.
I'm hearing like a delay. How do I do this?
Go hit mute on the YouTube channel.
Turn YouTube off.
Or you don't, or just hit mute.
Okay, so
You don't have to turn it off. Just hit mute so that you can, if you want to go back and forth and see the comments on either side. But if you hit mute, you won't have it.
No, he's muted himself. There you go.
Not StreamYards. Go to YouTube and just mute that little, speaker down.
It's so funny. It's all going wild. Hold on just a second.
Yeah. We're probably circling all around his brain right now.
Yeah, let me see here.
Hello.
Testing.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Okay, so mute it. You know how to mute the sound on YouTube?
Well, usually it's on the screen here.
Yeah, and you click on it, and it'll.
I just turn YouTube off.
Or you can turn that off. Yeah, you can turn it off if you need to.
Are you using your phone as well?
No, I'm not using my phone. I'm just using this mic. I mean, it's like I'm hearing it like a minute after you guys.
Okay, so go ahead and just turn YouTube off. You won't lose us because you're already in the link.
Yeah, no, I'm using my computer.
Just close out that YouTube.
Because my YouTube sound is off from what we're talking about. Like I'm listening to you in my headphones is the normal conversation. But if I was to turn my YouTube up, is the normal conversation.
Ooh, that's awful. Yeah.
See, you're on both YouTube and StreamYard. All you have to do is close YouTube out. Just kill it.
Okay, hold on.
Well, you could turn the sound down.
Maybe that's where it is. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm live, I think.
Okay, do you still hear us, Echo?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, thanks, guys.
Very good. Now, I've been away for a while. Do you guys know Steven? Is he new or help me?
No, I know Steven by name.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean he comes up in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I come up in the chat, I usually comment, but I've never actually done the live streaming. I've got like way too many videos up on YouTube. But last time, I think it was last weekend, I was trying to log in. I think Joe was here, and Joe, I think it was right before Invisible Ray showed up, and you jammed. And that's what I was watching, and I was trying to get in, but I was having difficulty with the camera and the mic and stuff, and I had to reconfigure everything. But since my friends and I did Zoom the other night, I was able to get everything sort of corrected. So it was just easy just to log in and work.
Man, if you bought Zoom stock, you're
oh my gosh.
All of a sudden, just like within the last 2 weeks, Zoom is just everybody's. StreamYards to me, and I've seen some reviews on all of the streaming sites. A lot of people like StreamYards over just about all of them, even Zoom. I had great success with StreamYard, so I
was on Zoom last night for the first time only because I was doing that virtual Fest thing, and what I liked about it was, I mean, as you probably know, like, see, we're all talking. See, well, you see the four of us here now talking, but if I talk, then I'm like on the big screen. And then if you say something and you get a shot, you're on the big screen. It's like whoever's talking gets highlighted,
or
not all together like
are
this.
You talking? Or if I'm talking, there's a green square, and then if I stop talking and Doc starts, a green line goes around his square as well.
Yeah, like an outline.
Yeah, I don't like that though.
Joe, when I first logged into Zoom, like Thursday night, it was the same thing. It was when I would talk, it would come up on screen, and then when one of my friends would talk, it'd come up on screen. It
distracts me. I don't.
But then up in the right hand corner, you could just click a button, and then it looks like this.
Okay. So you have a choice.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's good if you have a choice.
Yeah. It's in the upper right corner of the Zoom screen. So if you do that again, you can click that, and it'll.
Because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I mean, it was the guys who, Kiddo 2 really runs the show. They all tried to figure out how to do. I was just along for the ride. That's what we were talking about just before you got on here. We got right back to it because Doc does so many things on his videos. Like I was going to say, I made a video this morning, an Omega Man spoof of the movie Omega Man. Well, kind of, where I took like a few stills from the movie, and I wanted the music over the stills. I didn't know how to do that. That's a basic editing thing. Everybody should know how to do. Like I had to do say I had 6 shots. I'd show 1 in silence, 2 in silence, 3, and so on.
Yeah.
And I wanted the music to play over it. And the only way I know how to do it is to take the microphone and put like a CD on and record it by hand.
I know. It's almost Neanderthal in its technique, but hey, the only thing is you just don't have anybody there with a little bit more expertise that could just sit over your shoulder and say, "Hey, man, this is blah, 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 blah."
Yeah, but I didn't have any expertise. I just kind of flubbed it until I found out how to do it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things you do. Like you could snap your fingers and disappear, or you do all these things. I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
You just have your shot and then get out of the shot.
Yeah.
And, that's easy stuff. But like, remember the one where I?
Oh, right, you could do that. Yeah.
Remember the one where I showed me with like and all the lightning and stuff.
Right. Or like when your head blew up that day?
Yeah, that was done kind of almost like using a green screen.
Right.
But it's like how we were going to almost talk about how you get other videos off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, I use what is it? 4K downloader, video downloader.
I'm lost.
But see, he's on the right track because I have a program called YouTube Downloader.
That's the one I was using.
Okay.
I have both of them still.
Okay.
I'm using the 4K one because
Doc knows what's going on.
Yeah, like when you show these clips, for example, Doc, these Petticoat Junction or Lost in Space.
That's
even that. It's the downloader.
That's all downloaded.
It's all downloaded.
Unless I do have the DVD on the shelf.
Right.
We have something called, what is it called here? Handbrake.
Yep, I got that too. Doc knows it. He knows his stuff, man. I got Handbrake as well.
Yeah.
See,
so the DVD, you take the whole episode off, you put it in the editor, you take off the part you want. I've got Audacity.
I've got Audacity as well.
Where do you have all this stuff? Where does this? When you say you have to,
all of this stuff is free, Joe. You can go like Audacity. Just put Audacity in the browser. It'll take you to its site, and you can download it for free. It's a fantastic audio editing. Fantastic, my friend.
Yeah, I have to experiment.
It's spelled Audicty, Audacity.
You
And
have the audacity to tell me how to spell it?
that's how audacious I am.
See, I think a lot of the software, like the software for downloading, because I would love to be able to go up and download certain videos and maybe feature those in. But my thing is that I have extreme lack of patience. So once I learn a certain way to do things, then I go, well, you know what? I can't, do I really need to go and download that other thing and spend another 2 or 3 hours trying to get it to work properly? And that's my problem. It isn't because I'm not smart enough. It's just because I don't have enough patience to, and as Doc sort of said before, I just flub my way through it and figure it out.
Yeah, trial and error is I hate reading manuals. I hate reading manuals. Trial and error.
That's how I did the regular editing, whatever editing I do, like in a record store video or something. I mean, I do it through Windows. That's another thing I'm worried about. It's going to go away. Windows Movie Maker or something. People keep telling me once you get a new laptop or something, or Windows is gone. I think with the editing, Windows Movie Maker or whatever. But there's all kinds of others. I know that. Figure those out too, I suppose.
No, Tom. I'm going to answer Tom real quick. Tom Vinyl Shack. No, Handbrake isn't a DVD ripper, but it will take an MPEG or a movie file, and you can load it in there, and you can actually condense the file. Let's say the file is really huge, like 250 megabytes. You could take it to Handbrake and shrink it down without losing the visual quality to like 25 megs. If you go down too far, of course, it's going to degrade. But it makes the files smaller, and you can work with it better.
Yeah, but I am using Handbrake as a DVD ripper.
Are you?
Yes.
I've never used it. I've never used it as a ripper.
You're using a Handbrake? And I said, what's that? He says, it's a DVD ripper.
Well, my bad.
Well, I have an iMac. And
Me too.
And there's one software that I want to get, and this will sort of be related to Joe. Is I want to be able to get the software that would download the videos into an MP3 file, because my second favorite version, and this is why Joe, I mentioned you, my second favorite version of the song Yesterday is the after Beatles is the one McCartney performed on the James Paul McCartney special at the very tail end of that. So I want to get the audio of that.
You want YouTube downloader? I'm on Mac too, buddy.
Okay.
YouTube downloader. Well. That's your answer? Okay,
thank you.
And it's free.
I have another answer.
Go ahead.
Is this on YouTube that you want to take it from?
Yes, I've watched it many times. Now, sometimes it disappears. It'll just, somebody will.
Right, but basically, you're trying to get it from YouTube.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to get that audio file. I don't care how I get it. I've asked a couple of my friends if they had the bootleg version or bootleg audio files, I usually ask on Facebook. And nobody either responds or everybody says, oh, yeah, I've got it. And they feature a different version that I've never heard that has nothing to do with that James Paul McCartney special.
YouTube downloader. If you download something from YouTube, it gives you the option to do audio, video, and you can do audio only.
Yeah.
And it'll just extract the audio without the video. But Doc had another suggestion.
Yes, I'm using FreeMake YouTube to MP3 Boom, which will take the audio off of any YouTube video that you see.
But now you're on PC, right, Doc?
Yes.
Is that application for PC and OS?
It could be, because it's been a while since I've had it, so I don't.
Because if it isn't for OS, he's not going to be able to use it. It's got to be compatible.
Wow, you're way ahead of me.
Doc, this is turning out to be a great chat here, because people are getting a lot of great technical advice.
I'd like to even find out. My friend Mike, the deceased friend Mike, who had a big Elvis collection. I have a couple of videos where I used to go over with a camcorder, and in the 90s, and I used to record his stuff. So I have a couple of videos where I show his collection, but what I did was I put them on my flat screen, the VHS on my flat screen TV, and set up my camera, recorded it off the TV screen with the audio and everything. Now I would like to know also how to get the VHS right on to, or even if it's a DVD. So I think I had a VHS or DVD burner.
Okay.
It's from 2005. It's 15 years old. It's under my bed. I think I still have it. So I got some of these VHS tapes transferred to DVD-R already. Yeah, but I mean, I want to find out how to get them right onto a whatever you call it.
There's ways of doing that too, but once again, that would be a conversation that's so tech. We'd be talking about it. It would it would take. But there's ways of doing it. Do you have a HDMI port on the back of your TV set, Mr. Mayo?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because you can hook up that DVD burner to the HDMI, the burner on the HDMI to the HDMI on your TV. And then you can. Well, once again, it's a long conversation.
Yeah. Okay. We'll
Doc, you got a suggestion, because both of you guys are on PC.
I used to have one of those programs years ago, but then I bought a new computer since, and the VHS player died.
Oh.
So I never got it back. And all the stuff that I had on VHS was on DVD, so now I'm ripping the DVDs off.
Joe, what is your setup in terms of?
I'll be right back.
Is your camera do you have a separate camera, or are you using your phone? Is it part of your computer or?
Well, right now I always use, whenever you see me, I always use my phone. Phone is right here. I'm looking at you guys on my mobile phone, but down here, well, I don't want to source a mess in here. I can't do it. The laptop is down here.
Okay. So you have a laptop.
So I have the laptop. I'm looking at all the comments on the side here, down at the laptop here, but I have the sound turned off down here, because if I did, I'm going to get delayed or whatever. So this is where I'm looking at everybody, and I have the headphones on to hear it's plugged into the phone.
Oh, okay. Did you fix the plug?
Did I fix the plug?
Yeah, wasn't there maybe one of your live streams with Doc or something? The plug broke off.
Oh, this thing. Well, this is the AC.
Yeah.
It's like just a silver. There's supposed to be a black plastic around it.
Yes.
And that came. Well, I don't know what that means. It does. Is it dangerous if it's not on there? I don't know.
I guess you'll eventually find out.
Oh, my.
Well, wait. Explain that again, Mr. Mayo. What are you talking about? The plug? Looks like standard USB.
Well, I'll show you what I mean here. I'll take the other one out of the phone, because right now I got it hooked up to the computer. This one here, you have the black around it. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
The black around it. On this end, it snapped off the black, so I don't have the plastic casing on it. I don't know if it matters.
No, the black is basically a covering.
Yeah,
it should still work because it's not electricity.
It works. I don't want anything to happen.
I'm not gonna say you won't have a problem. I don't think you will, but I'm not gonna say you won't have a problem, because if anything happens, I don't want to take responsibility.
If I lose all of this, I'm not starting this collection again. That's it. I'm done.
I've used those before like that, and I've never had a problem. But once again, don't take what I say as gospel.
I wish I was more techno-minded with stuff, but hey, at least I'm managing to get videos up.
Well, I've been doing video editing for years. I did a whole. I've done an independent film. Yeah, shot it, edited, voiceover, soundtrack, the whole 9 yards. So but it's work. Took me a couple of years.
But the payoff, right? I mean, it's like when you see it, when everything's done, then it's.
Oh, Joe, I was at the end of it. I was so proud of myself. I said, and I wanted to show it at some film festivals, but my subject has some issues, and we had a falling out. So I did a complete film on him that will probably never see the light of day.
Ooh.
It's and it eats me up, man. I worked my but at least he paid me for it. So,
and you can't accidentally leak it on YouTube?
Oh, I don't want to because there's a way I don't want to just put it up. I wanted to either show it at a film festival or I
Right.
wanted to do my own screening, bring a crowd in. We're all going to sit, watch it, and then I was going to do a Q&A with him and take questions from the audience.
Right,
It was
right.
it was all laid out. And this was like the fourth time he did something I think he is afraid of success. I really do. Because we would get to the point where we're ready to market and he would do something and it'd be something that would just it happened this fourth time about a month ago. I said, you know something, I'm cutting you loose. I can't continue to do this. And
sometimes
so
people just sabotage themselves.
And
they sabotage their careers.
And I would not release it without his approval. So it's going to sit on the shelf.
Hey, don't forget about the Windsor International Film Festival in the fall.
I'm not going to show it, man. Can't. I wouldn't do it without his permission.
Wow.
I mean, I could because I have the copyright on it, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I have integrity.
And besides, if it's shown in Windsor, how's he going to know?
Yeah. But the whole idea is to have him there. You don't want to have a premiere and the person that you're doing the subject on isn't there. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Well, it's not like we have a red carpet thing, right?
But I'll tell you this, man, it was great. It was a great learning experience. I can do a film on anybody now. So, yeah. I want to do one on Joe. I want to do a film on Joe.
Did you guys see the what was it? Tiger King?
No, people have been talking about it.
Oh, that's nuts.
Really?
I'll tell you.
Crazy.
What was that?
They say it's crazy that once you start watching it, it's addictive.
See, because the thing is, it starts out as like, oh, okay, well, here's this little thing going on, and and then just as the episodes go, it just keeps getting bigger and weirder and more effed up and crazy, and you realize, people probably will look at me and they go, oh, gee, Steve goes up and he makes these stupid videos about music. Well, this makes me look like the smartest, most elegant. I mean, these guys just go ape crazy. But it's not like, it's like a gradual thing. Everything's falling apart and they get more and more nuts and crazy. And it is so absolutely addictive. And I think it's 6 episodes, Michael.
Okay.
And it's, so if you have Netflix and you want to binge watch and just see just crazy gone wild.
I'm almost tempted to watch it tonight at dinner. People have been talking about it, so much. I said, well, maybe I'll give it a shot. I'll watch the first and sit down with my meal and watch the first episode or something.
Somebody, one of my Facebook friends told me, he said, oh yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes and gave up. And I said, oh, that's just the eye of the storm. It just gets nuts after that. But yeah, because you just start wondering, how are people so effed up? But I mean, in a fun way, and sometimes it's scary, and sometimes it's sad, and but it's pretty crazy. I mean, I love documentaries that really delve into all sides of life. I mean, it could be just about chimpanzees in the wild, or it could be about nutty people in Florida and Oklahoma. It's just fascinating to just see what goes on outside your window.
What is it about?
What was that?
What is this about?
It's about some backwoods folks.
Yeah, basically, it's about this. It focuses on this one guy named Joe Exotic, and he runs like one of those roadside zoos. And then his nemesis is this lady named Carol something or other, and she runs a place that's supposed to rescue animals called Big Cat Rescue.
Oh, that sounds great.
And right, so she says she's on the good side, but there's stuff in her past that I won't tell you about. Then he just gets crazier and crazier and crazier, and then they start battling each other over the internet but it's much more than that. I mean, it's you really have to, either, Doc, after this, get on and type in Tiger King trailer and see if it's something that interests you. I mean, I really prefer music stuff. I want to watch the ZZ Top. Have you guys watched the ZZ Top documentary?
No, I didn't know they had one.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and people are talking about how great it is.
I don't even have Netflix.
What's the name of it?
Yeah.
You know? Well, I'll just put in ZZ Top documentary. It'll pop up.
Yeah. But it's getting rave reviews. I'm not particularly a ZZ Top fan.
Me neither. They've had some great songs. But
I love to watch documentaries on artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I even like the Johnny Cash movie.
But I want to learn more.
Which Johnny Cash movie? They had a doc on him?
Walk the Line.
Oh, Walk the Line.
Which one?
Well, but that was a movie. That wasn't a documentary, though, was it?
It's a docudrama, whatever.
Oh, it's a docudrama? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I like docudramas, but I like documentaries because there's a specific way that they're formatted, and then you get more of an opportunity of the actual person doing the documentary to interview the people, and you get their reactions and stuff. It's crazy. But yeah.
What about you, Joe? You into docs and stuff?
Well, it depends on the topic, obviously. I probably wouldn't just watch on just anything, but you never know. Sometimes you can get interested in anything, depending on what it is. But is it mostly a specific subject?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen, I'll give you something to look for. The guy's name is Louis Theroux. Are you familiar with Louis Theroux? His name is Louis Theroux. It's Theroux.
No.
Theroux. Theroux. He did something in the 90s called Weird Weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And these are little small mini documentaries that he did on the BBC. He visits everything from he has a British accent, but he was born here. His mother is American and his father's American, his mother's British. But anyway, he does documentary. He did one on the Nazis. He did one on the family who has who belongs to a church who goes out and pickets funerals, and and then he does things like he visited a brothel. So he looks for the strangest things. And he participates in sometimes there's another one where he goes over to Thailand and he goes to these different agencies that hooks up Americans with Thai brides. I'm telling you, Stephen, you'll love it. You'll love it.
Is this the guy that also did a Scientology one?
Exactly. I spent last week. I spent
a
whole day watching documentaries on
interview with him.
Yes. I'm a expert on Scientology because I spent a couple of days just watching those different documents, Thoreau, and then I watched the documentaries and interviews of some of the folks who left the church. Fascinating.
Yeah, and Scientology office is just down the street from you on Jefferson Avenue.
Yes, they opened. I couldn't believe it. The guy who started it started Dianetics.
Right.
And man,
L. Ron Hubbard.
Dude, when you look at the history of L. Ron Hubbard, L. Ron Hubbard, man, this guy lied through his teeth over and over again. And he was an officer. They gave him a Navy ship. He commanded a Navy ship, and they had to kick him off the ship because they said he was doing too many things that he shouldn't be doing. They actually gave him another command. He lost that command. And then as he started to form Dianetics, actually he's in the book of what do you call it? The book. What's the Guinness Book of World Records?
Oh.
He's written more fiction than anybody.
Oh, exactly.
In the history of the world.
Yeah.
The only problem is a lot of the work is nonsense.
Yeah.
It's just absolute nonsense. But man, those documentaries on Scientology are fascinating.
Well, didn't he write the book that John Travolta movie was based on?
Oh, Battleship Earth. Is that the name of it?
I believe he did. Yeah, I did. Well, he did something called something. It was something else, or no, it wasn't Battleship Earth.
It was something like that.
He might have, and even in the documentary, they talk about how deep John Travolta and Tom Cruise are in it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Tom Cruise is
Battlefield Earth, yes.
Oh, Battlefield Earth was
Oh.
and John Travolta was in it. Yeah.
Well, it's got
yeah.
But those are outstanding documentaries if you get a chance to watch them. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out because I loved his stuff on Scientology.
Well, you'll love his Weird Weekends.
Yeah, I definitely got to check that out.
What about Leah Remini? Is she the one that got out of Scientology?
Yes. And she put out a bunch of stuff, videos and stuff on it too.
Yeah, she had a whole series, like two seasons.
Exactly. And amazing.
Yeah, I'm not going to diss any type of religion, but I can diss a cult.
Oh yeah, no,
and that's a cult.
Man. I don't care what anybody says. After watching all of this stuff,
yeah,
no, there's an issue.
Swears by it.
What was that, Doc?
Tom Cruise swears by it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tom Cruise.
They actually have a video that got leaked. It wasn't supposed to get out. Tom Cruise is at this big, huge gala to receive a medal from David Miscavige, who's the head of Scientology. And Tom Cruise is saluting David Miscavige. Then he turns and he salutes this big, huge, gigantic portrait of
LRH. To LRH.
Yes.
Tom Cruise were here, he'd be jumping on my couch right now.
Oh man, it's amazing. But somehow it's worked for Tom and John Travolta.
Yeah, exactly.
In a weird kind of way.
Okay, let's veer back towards what most of us are here for. What was the last album you listened to?
I can't remember.
What was I listening to the other day?
The Idol Race.
T for the Tillerman, Cat Stevens.
With me, it was The Mutual Understanding, In Wonderland, which is Sunshine Pop.
Oh, actually, I can remember what I listened to. You're not going to be surprised, of course, but
The Idol Race.
Press to play.
Oh, press to play, Joe?
I had to do that for a show.
Oh, that's right. You had to do it for a show. I thought you hated it.
I do. And that was the show of what do you give it another listen and see what you think. And I told them.
Stephen, help me out with that release you got, buddy. What kind of music?
Okay, The Mutual Understanding. I believe they're a Canadian band.
Okay.
So Doc might, but it's late '60s Sunshine Pop.
Oh,
so
I want to hear it.
Are you into Sunshine Pop, Michael? Like the harmony laden?
Yeah, I can dig that stuff easily. Let me get a pen. I want to write that down.
Yeah.
Is that like whoa ho ho? It's magic.
Sorry, guys.
Now that I like. Whoa, ho, ho, magic. Now it's a commercial, right?
It's on several commercials.
Oh my gosh. I can't. I love the fact that David Payton is making money off of the song Magic, but I hate the way that song's just being
abused,
taken from us.
Yeah, and it is.
But Michael, it's The Mutual Understanding is the name of the group.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And In Wonderland is the name of the album.
I've never heard
the name.
Are they bigger than Trooper?
I mean, they were not bigger than Trooper. Trooper never really made it over here in the U.S.
No, I heard of them, and they were, you hear them every once in a while, yeah, but they weren't huge here.
Trooper.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
In fact,
raise a little hell, raise a little hell, raise a little hell.
Wow. Yeah, sunshine. It's a good time to be playing something like that too.
We get a lot of bad Canadian artists on the radio here just because of the content rules.
You're talking about currently, because you guys are loaded with great
70s roughly.
Because you guys are loaded with great stuff.
CKLW days.
What was that?
Back in the CKLW days.
Oh man, I used to listen to CKLW all the time. Over here in Detroit, that was one of our main stations.
Well, that was the station here for like 15 years or so.
Well, it was even longer than that.
You couldn't beat it for in the
No.
60s and 70s.
You could not. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, even Joe might have heard it because it used to broadcast late at night with 50,000 watts. It covered a great
77 WABC.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. You listen to
Back
Kevin
here, it was like
Murray
93
McKay,
KHJ, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
DKLW.
W, the Motor City.
You know, it's-
We owned the market, and it was a Canadian station.
You guys owned it big time. Actually, somebody asked me, what was the first album you ever got? The first album I ever got,
remember that.
I won on CKLW, and it was Chicago. It's the one with that looks like a cardinal, like a little cardinal on the front. You know how all of their albums have different textures?
Uh-huh.
Like one of the albums is Chicago and the Chocolate Bar, and there's another. It was it's the one with Old Days and Harry Truman on it. And I was listening to CKLW, and they said the next caller call in. But so I'm like 15 years old, or something like that. Pick up the phone.
Michael, did you ever see my video, Confessions of a Prize Weasel?
I might have. What's going on in it?
That was me winning records off CKLW. I had learned how to do it.
How did you do it?
Well, they always did their contests at 20 minutes after the hour or 20 minutes to the hour, right?
Right.
Of course, this is in the days of dial telephones, too.
Oh, yep. That's when I won it, too. Yep.
When I saw the time coming up, they were playing the song, and I would be dialing the damn number until I got it to ring. So, like, the song is still playing. Disc jockey comes on. Hey, the 18th caller gets to win, blah, blah, blah. Okay? I have the telephone ringing already. So this is back in the days when somebody would pick up and you'd be on, and then they'd hang up, but you stay on the line.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened to me.
Yeah. So they'd pick up and say, "Oh, sorry, you're the third caller." They hang up. I stay on the line.
Yes.
"Oh, I'm sorry, you're the 10th caller." Sorry. They hang up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, you're the 18th caller.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they mailed me the album.
Yeah, so I got a lot of CKLW albums off that.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, one of the best stations ever.
Yeah, there's I remember the first time I ever figured out that one of my friends was very entrepreneurial, if that's a word, is he won the Eagles Hotel California off of KEZY. And so my dad drove my brother and I and my friend to KEZY so he could pick up his album. And so my dad thought, oh, well, gee, everybody wants Hotel California. And he said, hey, Pat, can we pay you $3 and we'll and you let us record the album? And he said, yeah, sure. So number one, my friend Pat made $3. After my dad paid him the $3 and my dad recorded the album onto cassette, Pat then went into our room and sold the album to me and my brother for $3. Wow. So he ended up getting a free album, and he made $3 off my dad and $3 off me and my brother. And my dad wouldn't let him back in the house. But this is 1976, so $6 could buy you, something,
Back then,
yeah, exactly.
$3.99.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, I remember when albums went from $4.99 to $5.69, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Sorry, holy crap! Things are, boy, this is gonna be terrible. And then now you can walk in and let's say, for example, let's just say mutual understanding. I'll use this as an example. You could walk in and let's just say that there's a 2 CD version of this deluxe edition, stereo version, mono version, B-sides, all this kind of stuff, remixes, whatever. And on CD, it would cost you $22.99. But then they release the album, the vinyl album, 180 gram, just the normal 10 tracks, and it's going to be $29.99. So nowadays you have to pay more to get less.
Weird.
You know, and that's why I haven't gone back into vinyl. Plus, I can't afford it.
Well, you can afford
What
it.
vinyl albums cost here in Canada? Over
What was that?
like $30, $35.
Yeah, I seen some of your videos. The prices, yeah.
But
Crazy.
Steven, what about used vinyl?
No, well, you see, the whole thing is my room here. See Joe's, behind him, he's got the CD, or I think those are DVDs behind you, right?
Yeah,
Joe?
DVDs behind me. Yeah.
He's got a Beatles mausoleum.
Yeah. But I've got, all along here, I've got CDs. You can see.
Yeah, I see some of them here.
Yeah, over there, and then there's piles of them here. Plus, I got them over here. I have no room for it. In fact, I had to stop collecting comic books because there's just no room.
Oh.
So your media of choice are CDs.
Yes, I will not get back into vinyl. That was basically like the first 27 years of my life, and then the last 29 years have been CDs.
Do you still have the vinyl?
No, that's all long gone.
I sold most of mine.
I would go trade it in. I'd go to like a very popular store that was near where I lived down in Orange County was Pepperland, which is a popular Beatles related store, obviously with the name Pepperland. So I would take my vinyl in, sell it to him. Of course, he'd give me like a dime a piece or something like that. But I just needed to get rid of it. And then just buy more CDs. And then over the years, plenty of things have come out on CD, but there's still, as you guys know, there's still plenty out there that is not available on CD.
Oh, I got hundreds of CDs.
Yeah, I mean that's my burden to bear. The fact that I just can't get back into the whole vinyl thing. I mean, I love the fact that people are buying physical product. To me, that's super important. As long as we are all buying physical product, there you go, and keeping that alive.
Hey, he's got a Sessions album there.
Yep.
Well,
this one I forgot to not to cut into this. I forgot to show this one. I made a video where I showed all these Sessions albums, 2 Sessions albums, and I forgot I had this black and white one here. But
I dig that cover.
I've never seen that.
That's why I'm into. I hate to be. I mean, I'm like, I just.
Love the cover.
I got back into. I mean, I was into CDs. It's my old story. When CDs came out, about '86, I got my first CD. And I know when it was. It was October '86. I was like, "That's it. This final's dead." I said, "Never. All on one side, smaller, sounds fantastic. No skipping, never wears out." I said, "This is it." The only thing you miss is the big artwork, and I'm like, "This is it." To go and that's 25 years, I think it was. I got back in because that's from '86 to, I do my math, 2012. So whatever I can't do.
I thought it was like VHS. Oh, this thing's gonna go, But CDs were so handy. They played in the car. Okay.
I own everything but 8-track. I have a pretty fat CD, album, and cassette collection. Yeah, I love.
Yeah,
all
I have
forms.
like 5. I have like 5 8-tracks, but like Steve Forbert, Jackrabbit Slim, and Gilbert O'Sullivan. Yeah. And there's
Joe. I listened to that. Joe, I listened to that a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, Mason.
Sorry,
yeah. I don't know how long.
How's everybody doing today?
Groovy.
Well, listen, guys. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to be making me some homemade tacos, and then I think I'll catch. Was that Tiger? What?
Oh man, I came in hard.
Yeah.
Evening.
Well,
now, Mike,
see everybody.
Michael, you're making tacos. And you're in Detroit.
Yes, sir.
Make me a taco.
I'm just wondering how long it would take me to drive to Detroit for some tacos.
You're all invited.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Was that Doc?
They won't let me across.
Oh, that's right, Doc. Stephen, Doc is literally. I'm like 10 minutes from the riverfront, and Doc and I can meet each other either through a bridge or through a tunnel.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. He's literally 20 minutes away if I wanted to see.
Wow.
I can walk to the river.
Oh, well, wow. I can walk to the river from my apartment.
Yeah, well, if I look out the window, I'll wave at you.
See, I could. I mean, Doc can totally come and visit me, but I would have to drop the I've got a warrant out, so he can't come within 100 feet of me.
Yeah, but you're a ways to go.
I don't know how to do that wave thing.
Guys, you take care. Good seeing you all, and
okay, Michael.
See you again soon.
Nice meeting you, Michael.
Stephen, it's been a pleasure, sir. All right, guys, take care now.
Thanks for coming.
Well, how is everybody today?
Well,
groovy.
Pretty lousy.
I tell you,
I'm a realist.
They never scheduled me to work until today.
See a record, Krate.
They never scheduled me to work on Sundays, but
I'm supposed to say bye too, I suppose.
Goodbye, Joe. Mean Mr. Joe.
Mean Mr.
Is everyone leaving on account of me? Let's be honest.
No, I'm not leaving.
I have to follow me. Others.
I mean, Joe, it's almost time for dinner over there, right?
4:30. It's almost time for the briefing. I want to see the briefing. 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, I thought it was maybe almost time for an episode of The Honeymooners.
I've been watching the lost episodes.
Okay.
I'm on to Seinfeld myself.
No.
I'm like every day at least one.
I just want to say something.
I'm Tiger King, so.
Joe, I was watching your stream earlier where you figured out how to do the emoji thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it out too. How to do
my
it.
opinion.
And like that, he was gone.
Yeah.
I was just gonna.
He figured out the emoji and then he disappeared.
Yeah.
I think it was more or less like like in any situation when you're around people who are very much like you're interested in things that you like, you're always it's gonna be very difficult to leave, so you just leave. You know what I mean? Because I knew, every time you're at some kind of party, it's like about a half hour before you want to leave, maybe 45 minutes before you want to leave. That's when you start saying your goodbyes. Because if you want to leave at 11, start saying your goodbyes, say one at 10:15, 10:30. Because then by the time 11 rolls around, you'll be out the door.
So it's easier just to disappear.
Yeah. But, I mean,
where do you go?
Yeah. Actually, he's probably going like, oh, God, those tacos sound good. That Michael was making.
I don't believe I've ever had the pleasure of meeting you, Stephen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
That's me.
I've seen you on Doc's videos.
Last week.
Last week. Actually, isn't this the second stream that he's been, or at least the second stream?
Well,
last week was.
Me and Doc, we kind of go way back here on YouTube. I've been a long time subscriber of him. This channel that I currently have is fairly new, though. I got rid of my other one, my original one here a while back, but I've known Doc for a while.
I guess Doc and I have been YouTube buds for
about a year.
How long? About a year? About a year, something like that. I mean, through Matthew Street.
Yeah, we
Matthew Street, great guy over here on YouTube.
Yeah. Me and Matthew are always texting, or if I hear something about the Beatles or something I think he'd be interested in, just text Matthew, and 2 days later he owns it and he's making a video, which is always.
I gotta find your channel on the comment section here so I can subscribe to you.
Oh, Stephen Schnee. That's what that.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how to as soon as this is done, I'll subscribe to you. I'm surprised I even made it up this time, because last time I was trying to get in.
A trial and error thing, because it was Record Krate who started the StreamYard thing for me, and he's going like, join us. I'm going like, well, how do I do that? and he would put the link up, and I'm clicking on it, and going like, "This isn't working." This, like do the cut and paste thing.
Yeah.
Boom, and then it was like how you had trouble at the beginning with the audio, and they said, "Well, just
Right.
get out of YouTube. Click off of YouTube. Everything was fine."
Yeah, exactly.
But this StreamYard thing is fun, and I do like it better.
Oh yeah, it is fun.
Yeah, and it is a lot more fun than just having a plain old live stream where one
Definitely, Doc.
looks at the comments and comments on them. But here it's like a talk show. You have guests.
Yeah, I tried to get on when Record Crate was it Record Crate was on earlier, like before me?
He was here, but he and I were speaking earlier.
Right. But somebody was here before I was. I thought it was Record Crate.
Wait a minute, Doc. You never told me you have Skype.
I just got it today.
Same name as your YouTube channel?
No.
Well, okay.
I signed on using my email.
Oh.
But I didn't have it until
because I was just gonna say here I started a vinyl community Skype group with me, Richard Dolan, James Latterroot, and James Byers all in it, and we're always looking to grow.
No, this was my first day on Skype, if you can believe that. So
I use Skype for my interviews for my podcast. Just audio. I mean, sometimes it's actual a visual thing, but usually I'll just end up calling somebody's phone using Skype because it has something, and maybe now is your name Mason or Mike Mason or
me
Major Matt Mason?
Just call me by what it says, Mason M. That's my
okay.
Although you won't by searching it up on YouTube, you will not find me because the channel's so new that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll type something into the comments and that. Okay. For that matter, I'm still trying to find you.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, just type in Stephen Schnee.
Yeah. But here's the thing: there could be a bunch of people that. Oh, okay. Is this? I think I found you. Is
yeah, the one that.
This you? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me.
Wow. 220 fibers, my man.
It's not that good.
Hang on, the notification bell's not working.
Notifications weren't working last week. Because when I did one of these chat parties,
for content for kids, is what it's saying.
What is it saying?
Well, when I tried to click the notification bell, it said that notifications are turned off for content made for kids. It probably that COPPA stuff all over again.
Well, I click all my videos is not made for kids because there's always going to be like, I don't want kids to get up and hear me talking about,
nonetheless, I did subscribe to you.
Okay. Thank you.
If Doc would enable the live comments for me, then I'll type something in here so you can find me if you're interested.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like on my end, well, I guess I could do it from my phone.
Mike Mason's got it all figured out. He's subscribing to everyone. And
really, y'all don't have to subscribe to me because
I can only do one thing at one time.
Let me just state this: you will not be able to expect the StreamYard chat from me on my channel anytime soon because I'm having issues getting this channel registered for live streaming with YouTube. Like it won't work. So I don't know. I guess for the time being, just stick to this guesting thing. Which honestly, I'm just gonna state this: I honestly enjoy guesting on StreamYard a lot more than hosting my own.
Yes, I find so too. I don't. After I'd done the StreamYard thing, I said, the live stream, forget that. I like this way better.
All right, Steven, I'm typing in here. I just said, I just simply said hi. So that's me.
That works.
So let me get in there and I don't want to get all crazy.
So I'm
you
sure
know,
this
when
is in
when
fact, I know this is a topic that people get sick of hearing about, but I need to put my 2 cents in on the updates with COVID-19.
What else is there going on?
Well, surprisingly, my store actually did have toilet paper on the shelves today.
Good for you.
did they? We still haven't had any but I mean we have plenty here at the house, but still haven't had anything local.
Hmm.
Toilet paper? Yeah, but
Yeah.
California is on lockdown, isn't it?
California is on lockdown. Yes. I've been working from home, and
Like you could be arrested if you leave the house. It sounds like.
yeah, well, no, it's not really that bad. What it's more like is, you know, um, you can still go to work if you're an essential business. You can still go to the grocery store. You can go through drive-throughs. A lot of the restaurants are having takeout. You know, so you can't dine in the Denny's and the
Right.
you know whatevers.
And restaurant seating is closed. Yes.
You know, but now I from what okay, I'm not a drinker. I don't drink alcohol. But from
That's
what
a good thing.
understand,
I'm not into alcohol as well.
yeah, from what I understand is now legally, legally you could legally you could get a cocktail now when you do takeout. You know, obviously Jack in the Box isn't going to start selling margaritas, but like if it's a restaurant that had drinks, you're able to pick them up for takeout.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's very strange just to sort of experience the whole thing.
Still open. You know, like of all the businesses that are closed, liquor and beer stores are still open.
Yeah, well, I think that those stores help us deal with things.
Yeah, but the government also gets a cutoff of that because they're government owned. So don't close those. But they got the casinos closed, so they're missing that revenue.
Yeah.
But then you know that's where you get a lot of people congregating, and they're usually in their 60s plus. So if you don't want that, get them out of here. Close the casinos. So grandma can't waste away their family's dowry or money or whatever. You know.
Yeah, well, people usually, you know, when I'm around, people usually kind of tend to sort of avoid me anyway. So I'm not seeing any difference about people keeping the 6 feet distance. You know, I mean, people were doing that years ago. Yeah, it's
I went through that all through school. Like, don't even talk to him. He's bad luck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's wearing a T-shirt. He's wearing a Last T-shirt. He must be a punk rocker or whatever. You know.
Who's this curly guy? What the heck?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I subscribed. I right before I ate lunch. I saw you talking about the Curly G. So I haven't watched any of it yet, but I'm going to go and
I am loving it. I stumbled on it a couple of days ago, and I thought, what you know, it was in my recommended for you. And I just went like, what the heck, Curly's grandson? What's that? So I watched one, and I said, okay, I kind of get it, and he is Curly's grandson because I had to do research on him. Like, is he really? Like, is this a joke? But no, I guess he really is. He's making videos. He's evidently not making a lot of money because one of his videos shows him taking bottles back to the store to get money to eat.
Really?
I
don't know if that's fake or what, but that was
now,
the video.
I heard, you know, while I was at work, I heard a little, from start to finish, I was in your chat just listening while I was at work. But I heard about that conversation. And I'm like, are you talking about Curly from the Three Stooges?
That's why I'm wearing this shirt because I'm kind of advertising a little bit because I thought it was great. And if you're a Curly fan, you should know about it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Three Stooges are a little older than my time. But I've seen some of the stuff, and it's good stuff. It's just, you know, when it comes to me and black and white TV,
Okay.
after a while, I just need to go back to the color because I can't.
You're like that guy that one of my friends said, oh, he's the biggest Rolling Stones fan. Oh, yes, I love Rolling Stones. And I showed him a couple of the records that I've got. So you've got like Sticky Fingers and you've got Some Girls. He goes, no. I says, well, how can you not if you're the biggest Rolling Stones? Well, I have up to Through the Past Darkly. And I go, yeah, but what about past that? There's how many albums past that album? He said, I don't have any of them. Said, well, you can't be the biggest Rolling Stones fan. Like, don't advertise yourself as such. So
yeah, maybe I'm an early Rolling Stones fan.
An early one, or
no, you know, I mean, if this person said, I'm a big fan of the early Rolling Stones," then okay, Up to the Past Darkly makes perfect sense.
But he's never said he just I'm the biggest Rolling Stones fan. Yet he only goes up to 1968.
Yeah.
So that's only what barely 4 years worth of albums. And then
yeah, exactly.
Cut it off.
Well, so you know,
don't count. So
according to a video that yours truly here posted recently, there's also an evil version of "Be True to Your School."
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm surprised that you didn't. I'm surprised that you didn't think it was the album version.
Oh my!
You actually thought the evil version of that song was one with the cheerleaders and stuff like that.
Yes. Cheerleaders ruined the song, but you know, like doing a little bit of research on it, that was the single that they had released with the cheerleaders on it, and apparently in California, it got up to number 5 on the top 40 or whatever.
Oh, it was a huge hit.
Apparently so, but I was used to the one that was on Endless Summer, which is the album version, right?
Yeah. Well, that was actually a story on that was when they were making this album, Little Deuce Coupe, which is basically half already heard material on other albums. They used to do that kind of thing in the early 60s, you know. One of the original songs, they were going to put "Be True to Your School" on there because it had already come out as a single. But I don't know whose idea it was to just stick an alternate take on there instead.
Well, somebody at Capitol Records must be like, I don't know what, because they butchered the Beatles albums, obviously, and that sort of thing. So, like, what were they doing with the Beach Boys? Like,
well, you know, and I absolutely hate what Capitol did with Pet Sounds because they basically didn't promote it at all. They didn't believe in the album, and as such, it got kind of watered down when it first came out.
Yeah, but why would they release alternate songs or versions as singles and albums? Like,
yeah, it is confusing.
Maybe the same reason that they released Beatles singles that weren't on albums, maybe to give the fans, you know, more bang for their buck. Okay, well, you bought the 99-cent single or 59-cent single, however much 7-inch vinyl was back then. Here's the album. The album version is going to be different, so the fans isn't feeling as ripped off. That's a very optimistic way to look at it, and it's probably has nothing to do with it whatsoever. But I like to think that maybe bands or labels really want to treat the fans right because, you know, at least back in those days, that's what, you know, fans did. They bought records. Now, big fans, they love your album so much that they don't want to pay for it and they go stream it.
Yeah, but back when they were putting the Beatles stuff out, they were recording albums and singles.
Mm-hmm.
At least in the UK, but it was over in America that when all of a sudden Beatlemania took hold, they said, well, let's throw out more product.
Yeah. But in the UK, they wanted, you know, their intention, you know, the reason why you had the reason why Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields Forever aren't on Sgt. Pepper. The reason why, you know,
because they were because I think it was because this is my theory. John and Paul thought that, you know, like Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields were so good that they deserved to be released as singles. And I do know that the Beatles weren't really fans of having, you know, certain singles on albums as well.
I don't think
because, you know, I Want to Hold Your Hand was not intended to be on an album. You know, She Loves You wasn't intended to be on an album. You know,
Yeah,
Right.
but
I think that they record specifically and they would release the singles specifically and give the fans more bang for their buck. They're getting their singles. I mean, you see ads that will say Rubber Soul, the great new Beatles album, also brand new single, We Can Work It Out, Day Tripper, or whatever it was. And
they were marketed separately.
what was that, Doc?
They were marketed separately.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, and that was, I thought it was great. You know, I love the fact that the American studios, for us Americans, that they created this great body of work that was different from the UK, because now we have both. Now we have the albums they were originally intended, which is, you know, the UK versions, and then you have the mass marketing American albums, which I think have their own charm. They may not be as good as the UK ones, but they certainly have their own charm. And I think I upset Doc, and he just left.
No, I'm reaching.
Okay.
For
Oh, there you
something,
go.
oh, what do we got there? Is that the Red album?
that's the Red album. Yeah.
Yeah.
The what does that say? The 62 to 66
But
or
just
63 or something like that.
say that to get your singles, you'd have to get this.
Oh,
Yeah. By
I
73.
got that's something I want to show you guys, because I've been kind of hard at work on a project that I've been working on through iTunes, because iTunes will allow me to do this.
Ooh.
I thought, you know, I don't want Let It Be to be the last Beatles album. So I'm like, what if in an alternate universe the Beatles didn't break up in 1970, and I could take various solo songs and piece them together to make Beatles albums.
Mhm.
And so you were just showing the cover of the Red album. Well, look at what I came up with here for one of these albums. So this
Now this is a real project.
is what I came up with for a 1974 fan-made Beatles album for the artwork. I take the
Oh, yeah. Cool.
photo shoot from where they did their Please Please Me, turn it black and white, and then Photoshop the Beatles as what they looked like then on there.
Oh, that works out. That's awesome. Good job.
Oh,
Well, I mean, you know, it makes me depressed to think that Get Back was actually the last Beatles song on the last Beatles album. And I'm like, I want to continue this, you know? Yes,
Well,
yes, solo Beatles albums like Band on the Run and Ram are absolutely perfect as they are, but imagine a world where it doesn't exist like that.
yeah.
does that show up?
Early 1970, Give Peace a Chance. Yeah, Lovely Linda. Is that your own mix there?
Yeah, basically, it's the same idea. What if the Beatles had never broken up, and you just take their solo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same idea.
Now, I have limits to when this discography actually would end, and that would be 1981. Makes sense to end it there because John passed away in 1980 or was murdered.
Murdered.
Yeah.
Now, mine was
So-
up to 97 when George left.
So here's the 1978 Black album as a sequel to the White album.
Cute.
That's funny.
That's pretty decent. Yeah.
I don't know. I really pride myself on the artwork job that I did with some of these, you know.
Well, everybody's had their idea of what if.
And I know this picture was technically taken in 1968, but
We
you
will-
know, it's such a good picture of the guys that I just had to use it for like a 1976 album.
Oh gosh, it gets used all the time.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, I think that I mean, look at Elvis. Essentially every legitimate Elvis Presley album released between 1970 and 77. They all featured live pictures of Elvis that didn't even match up to the year that the album was released.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to see an album from 1970, like let's say the album from Elvis Presley Boulevard. That picture was probably taken 2 years before the album, but yeah, go and look at all the legitimate Elvis albums. Even if it was a studio album, it was a live picture because that's how he was making his money then.
So
And
Hawaii doesn't even have a picture from Hawaii.
no, actually, believe it or not, that picture, I think, from the cover of Aloha from Hawaii may not be from that show.
Well, he did now.
Yes, but I mean,
What kind of a world are we living in?
Colonel Tom Parker was a turd.
That's deception. Oh.
But
Yeah.
yeah, this has just been my ongoing project that has kept me busy through all the coronavirus madness.
Yeah,
Because to
really
celebrate
madness.
the 50th anniversary of Let It Be, I one night I just pulled out my vinyl copy of Let It Be. It was like the 2009 pressing or something like that, and I played it on my turntable. And I'm like, never sounded as good as it did. Maybe it was just because I was excited
Right.
about knowing that it was the 50th anniversary of the album, but it got me thinking. After hearing Begin to Get Back, I'm like, I don't want this to be the last song you hear on the last Beatles album.
Right.
I don't even know if Giles Martin is working on another one.
What was that, Doc?
I don't even know if Giles Martin is working on another Let It Be CD.
I heard that there is that they weren't going to be starting, or they weren't going to do the mix or finish the mix until like July or something. But now that might even be postponed because of the I mean, I guess it doesn't take more than two people 6 feet apart to work on that stuff. Or maybe it's been done for years. Because remember that album,
Thank you,
the Yellow Submarine song track, the Yellow Submarine song track, and the Beatles #1, the more recent version, those were all remixed. So maybe it's been remixed for a while.
Yeah, because like in 2015, didn't Giles Martin take the 2000 compilation of the Beatles one and completely remix everything on there? That was, I think that was technically his first remixing project, and then a couple of years later we got Sgt. Pepper, and then the White Album, and then Abbey Road.
Who did Abbey Road song track? Was that George and Giles?
Abbey Road song track? Don't you mean Yellow Submarine?
No, I mean Yellow Submarine song track.
I think that might have been Giles.
Yeah, because that was the first Beatles remix project.
Well, I know that George worked. I know that George worked on that. George Martin
might have done the 9 ones, but anything Giles.
That might have been
who worked on the Let It Be Naked thing?
I don't even listen to that record.
I tried to listen to that record.
Well, something I will always respect about that release is that imagine a version of Let It Be where like all the studio chatter is edited out and it's just the songs,
Well, hopefully we're going to get something special with the whole.
When I heard that version after listening to the original so many times, I'm like, oh, this is so much better because it sounds more like a complete finished album, whereas the other one for some reason always sounds unfinished.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I like the version of Across the Universe off Rarities better than the one off.
Yeah, there are some nitpicks about either version, but I really like that they included Don't Let Me Down on Let It Be Naked, as if to say that it was actually on the original album.
Yeah, it was a big mistake to leave that off the album because that's certainly one of the best songs from that period.
Oh yeah,
but think about it this way though, and I do have to leave here in a second, but I wanted to say this is they had left those whole Let It Be sessions behind and started working on Abbey Road. And at that point, who knows? I mean, if they didn't bring in Phil Spector, would somebody have gone back and rescued all that material and released it after Abbey Road? Because when Abbey Road was being made, you know, they weren't using any of the tracks that they had recorded for you know, Let It Be, Get Back. So they had sort of abandoned that project. And then to think, let's just say they didn't bring Phil Spector in, what would the world be without Don't Let Me Down, Let It Be, Long and Winding Road? I mean, you know, we could do without Maggie May, and we could do without Dig It.
You know, say what you want, but One After 909, really, you need to leave that on there because that's really the only song on Let It Be that sounds like Beatles of old again.
I love the original version, you know, that came out on the bootlegs and stuff. The version from 63.
I haven't heard that one, but
oh yeah, the original 63 version.
Every time I hear that song, I keep thinking, you know what? John and Paul tried their best to harmonize and sound exactly like they did in the early days, and for the most part, it paid off.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a nice trip down memory lane, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, do a search for One After 909, 1963 version, whatever, and it sounds like it could have fit right on the first album.
Mm-hmm.
You know, please.
Well, the version on Let It Be almost sounds like it could have fit on an early Beatles album.
Yeah, but this
Just
is
the
legit,
style
you know.
and everything.
Yeah.
And there's no Billy Preston.
But anyway, gentlemen, I am going to jam. And I appreciate hanging out for a little while. Doc, thank you for setting this up. Mason.
I'm thrilled to have you here. Thank you.
Yeah. I had a great time, and I want to do this more. So possibly Mason. See you next time, Doc. I always see you, and I'm going to subscribe, Mason, to your channel. So
no rush on that, Steven. I mean, I only have 3 freaking subscribers, so it doesn't really matter to me.
All it takes is a click.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not a problem. But thanks for having this, Doc. Nice to meet you, Mason, and we'll see you guys later.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Wait. I'm going to disappear just like Joe. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Mm.
So now there were 2.
I just can't help. I just need to address this here. I just can't help but thinking that it's a crazy coincidence that the moment I came on screen,
everyone
I somehow ruined what was a great conversation, and I don't want to feel that way. You know.
I think when you had joined, we were getting very technical because there was a pretty long bit about how the heck do we make these YouTube things with.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of that too. Like,
how do you
well,
get?
I heard what I could. I heard what I was able to because I couldn't hear the whole conversation because obviously I was focused on working at the time. But I had my little AirPod in, listening to your chat.
Yeah, but I think that's the point where you arrived, because that was kind of lengthy, really.
Yeah.
Just being technical, like what kind of computer you got? I think this program will work on that.
Well, I mean, I know why people like Adam immediately left the chat because that we don't communicate anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just leave it at that. We don't need to go into that drama again. I'm trying to get away from that drama nowadays. Anyways, but Michael, Elliot, and Joe, I guess they just had to go eat dinner, and coincidentally, I came in right when everyone was about to leave.
Bad timing. But of course, most of us are on the East Coast, so you're,
yeah, I'm smack dab over in
Texas. Yeah,
Texas Panhandle.
Yeah, so like you're in a different time zone. You're joining people in the East time zone where we're 2 hours later.
Yes,
And although Stephen there is in California, so he's like, what would that be? 2:05 for him, I guess. So like he's early afternoon for him. He came on in his morning, I guess. So
Well, all I'm saying here, Doc, is that I don't want to be the cause of any
I don't
problems on your streams.
I don't think so.
As long as you are, as long as I'm welcome by you on here, I'm good with coming back to these. But if it ever comes to a day where we have certain people in here that have issues with me and they don't want me around, then I just won't be there while they're there, if you know what I mean.
Well, I don't think it's come to that. So yeah, I think it's more.
I honestly, with those,
circumstance.
and I'm not saying names here or anything, but honestly, with those people that have those issues with me, all I want is just peace. I just want to keep the peace with everything, but I can understand if they don't feel the same.
Well, I don't know. I'm just playing with this thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty on how
Like I said, I do some of these on my channel, but this is a new channel of mine, and for some reason I can't get it registered for live streaming on YouTube. So
I think you have to have enough subscribers to do it first.
oh, well, that makes sense.
If you're starting over from zero, you're not at
Yeah.
that level where you can live stream. Because I think there's some Elvin Massey.
Yeah, I saw that. Thanks for becoming my fourth sub. I haven't seen you around, Elvin, so welcome.
I think it's under. See if I can find it quick. Is it under analytics or monetization? Where is that?
Well, basically, all I've been trying to do was get on my computer and the tab where it says, post a video or go live. I click there, and it brings me to a screen where I have to, register for live streaming, and I got to do a few things, and then usually would say that I got to wait 24 hours for it to be eligible.
Yeah, to be approved. Yeah.
And I have to put my phone number associated with my account and so that they'll text me a code that I have to put in to do it. It won't accept the number, so I'm like, I don't know. But either way, I mean, for the time being, it's not a big deal at all. I mean, like I said earlier, these days I enjoy guesting on these more than hosting my own, because those of you out there who do remember my other channel and some of the live streams that I left up as videos, a lot of them were very bizarre. Some of the things I talk about and the way I do them. So I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, starting over from scratch, I guess. Whew.
Well, I just decided Mr. Eminem's a dumb name. People need to know who I really am.
Well, yeah, but you didn't necessarily have to restart the channel all over again. You could have just changed the name.
Yeah, I did for personal reasons.
No, but I mean, you didn't have to restart the channel. Just change the channel name instead of starting over. Because I
had reasons that don't need to be brought up here of why I completely restarted the channel. It's just personal things.
Yeah, because I wasn't Doc Dacus when I started. I changed it to 2 months into it, and it took a while for it to.
I remember, like, my introduction to you was I was on a Mayo live stream. This would have been about 2 or 3 years ago.
2 years ago, probably.
And he was shouting you out, and he's talking about like you were driving in your car doing a karaoke thing. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go over to this guy and subscribe.
Yeah,
and then
introduction to the Doc Dacus world. Well, you got to start somewhere, you know.
Joe was actually the first person I ever subscribed to with my original first channel on YouTube, and that would have been I don't even know. I don't even think it was 2018 yet when that was going on.
No, I started in 2018, but well, at least making videos. Like I had been on YouTube before that, but I didn't even know I had my own channel. Because like they say if you want to watch this video, you must sign up to YouTube or something or other. So yeah, okay, tick 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 tick. Yeah, I'm in. I can watch these videos. And
Well,
then
in the very
at the very beginning, at least for me.
yeah, and in the very early days, like the first time I ever did a live stream on YouTube was back in the good old days when YouTube didn't have that 1,000 subscribers thing, and you could just do it on your phone, and then they did 1,000 subscribers, so that's when I found StreamYard, and then they did Kappa, and then that's when I figured out that hey, YouTube will not let me post videos anymore unless I verify this and that.
I think that was a little bit of a conspiracy or something. They made a big deal about it, and then nothing really happened.
And here recently, I was getting kind of worried that YouTube had passed something where StreamYard wasn't going to work anymore, because this especially has been happening on Richard Dolan's channel when he tries to go live using StreamYard. It's like he gets flagged for not even doing anything. Because I'll get the notification, click over, and it's been like, this video's been removed for this and this, and I'm like, uh-oh. Has YouTube caught sight of the StreamYard yet?
No, I'm more suspecting that he doesn't know how to do it. Because I've seen
all we can.
I've seen a screen where it's completely black, or he's pointing at the ceiling. And it's like, hello, are you there, Richard? And well, no, not really. So.
Well, that first time that he did that first StreamYard, I was in there saying, all right, Richard, in the comments, you got to do this and this, and he's trying his best, it's first time, and I'm just trying to help him out, and then someone, I can't remember who it was, said, all right, Richard, I'll just go live on my channel and we could do StreamYard over there. And my thoughts on that was, I tried my best. All we can do is just help Richard out here,
Well, this is getting back into that tech stuff we were doing earlier. Like, how the
yeah.
heck do videos and stuff, and how can you get the audio from a? That's kind of what we were into.
Like y'all were talking about at some point. Y'all were talking about like the how you edit videos, like.
Yeah, so like
one thing I can't figure out is how I've seen a few YouTubers do this, and I'm not saying any names here, but they'll upload a video of a song, but somehow but it's not like you have recorded yourself playing a song. It's like, and I'm like, how do you do that? For one thing, how do you do that without getting copyrighted?
Well, you do. You get a slap on the wrist.
Huh?
You get a slap on the wrist. You get a little letter from YouTube in your email saying, "Oh, you uploaded such and such a song, and ads may appear on it, and the revenue will go to the people who own the copyright. You won't make any money on it, but the copyright owner will." This sort of thing. But in my case, in most of the cases, you can use at least 8 seconds of the song before they monetize it.
Oh, but the users I'm talking about, I visited their channels. They upload the entire freaking song.
Oh yeah.
But
I've got that too.
My question is, how are they doing that without having to just record a video on like their phone of them playing the song?
You mean where's the video coming from?
Yeah. How do they get like a high quality sounding version of the song to be uploaded as a YouTube video.
But this is having the video to go with it, or is it two separate elements? I'm not sure what you're like. You can get the song and just put it up against a picture of trees or something, you know?
Yes, that exactly.
That. Okay, where are they getting the audio from?
Yeah.
Just grab a CD and rip it.
Well, I know how to rip CDs, but like
there's your audio.
You can get, but my question is, you can get on YouTube and upload an MP3 file as a video, is what you're saying?
Well, there is some editing with this, you know, like you just don't upload the song alone. You'll have to have some visuals to go with it, even if it's just a picture of trees or something. So you have your picture of trees or pictures of the group just pulled off of YouTube images or something, and just have all those images. You rip the song off and put that as your soundtrack. So, it's in the editing, I guess. But
yeah,
the music usually is ripped off CDs or something. But then you'll get a copyright spank anyway. But
and by the way, I'm noticing we have 10 people in the chat here. Just, any of you guys just know you're welcome up on here. We have quite a few spots open at the moment.
I noticed that number hasn't changed much lately. So I don't know whether that's true or not. I noticed it just went down to 8 as soon as you mentioned it. But yeah, that number hasn't changed at all.
Okay, Mike is trying to figure out how to subscribe to my channel. Give me a second, Mike. I'll type something into the chat so that you can just click on it from there. I'll just say hi again.
The easiest way is to just go to Mason M.
Well, you see, my channel is so new that if you just search that up, you're not going to find me so easily.
It's like, how do I subscribe to Stephen Schnee? Just type in Stephen Schnee. What else?
Well, yeah, but that's different. He's got over 200 subscribers, so he's easy to find.
Well, yeah, but that's how you find him. You know, it's not like there's any real secret or anything. Just type in Stephen Schnee. There he goes, or there he is. It's simple. Oh well, God. Yeah, darn that copyright. I know. I've got my first copyright strike a week ago.
Honestly, I wish Mike Mason over here would just come up on StreamYard. He's done it at least once, but he's such a cool guy and the stuff he's got to talk about. I just wish he'd come up more often.
There, like that. I don't know. It gets pretty quiet when there isn't a lot of people.
Well, it was pretty loud there, and you know, I'm not complaining about this or anything. I understand that you guys were busy having a serious conversation there, but I was waiting backstage for like 5 minutes. Up.
5 minutes for what? You were waiting 5 minutes
on the
for
link
what?
and came up in here. I was waiting backstage here.
The one thing I don't like about StreamYard is when people apply to join. After you get the first 4, number 5 and 6 are down below, over top where the.
Well, you got to understand that you got to be able to fit all these people into one little screen, you know.
No, it's not.
I just noticed that Mike Mason subscribed, so thanks for that.
No. It's my idea of like me being the host. When I had 4 people up and you were going to be the 5th, your application to join was buried below my screen. So when you're saying, "Oh, I waited 5 minutes," it's because I didn't see it until there it, it was like buried underneath or something.
No,
so like
I was just sitting here thinking that y'all were having a serious conversation and you didn't want to bring me in and start talking over everyone. Even though
No.
that's exactly what I did. I came in and started talking over everyone.
Your little want to join was buried on my screen and I didn't see it because I've got this other thing with the mute, stop cam, mic, share screen, invite. That's covering over the bottom of the screen. So anybody that comes in after the first 4, that taskbar thing covers up the next joiner, the number 5 joiner. So all of a sudden, oh, there's a number 5 down there. So
like, and usually I do not work on Sundays, but they needed my help today, so that's why
I think
I was working today.
You know what? I think I can fix that.
Fix what?
That idea of when the first, and no, that didn't really work. I think it was because of the size of my screen, because I've got it on 100%.
Oh.
So what if I shrink the screen? Maybe that would show more of the. And I said, no, it really that taskbar is still there. So that didn't really work to what I thought it would. Otherwise, I thought I had. Oh, I know what to do. I'll just shrink the size of the screen because it was set at 100%. Being that StreamYard is not one of my usual.
Well, I mean,
and I usually have them set on 80%, not 100%.
Doc, I'm just gonna say I've enjoyed your chats much more when you've been doing them recently with the StreamYard than the old one where it was just you talking to commenters.
Yep.
Because those can get a little boring after a while when it's just one person. It's much more fun to do it this way, I think.
Well, I couldn't agree more.
And I understand completely. Even though I keep begging, like, come on, Joe, you need to do StreamYard. It would be so fun. I understand why he won't do it because, for one thing, he's got a crappy laptop, or so he says.
Well, he was saying that, I got to do my video on one end and watch the comments on the other. But if he's got it on one platform, like say, well, I guess maybe the case is he does not have a PC camera.
Well, no, he does. He has he's got a fairly old laptop, and he said this before. There's certain keys on his keyboard that won't work right. Like he can't type certain letters. So he just refrains from using his laptop for any live streaming or making any videos. He just uses his phone for everything.
Yeah, but if he did do StreamYard, he would be.
Oh my gosh! Imagine that.
Yes.
Imagine, like, he already has a big enough audience watching his streams on a regular basis.
Oh, sure.
But imagine mixing that with the capability of bringing 6 of those viewers up on screen.
Well, yeah, well, he had his live stream going this morning, and he had.
Yeah. And I was watching.
Had 56 viewers or so.
I was watching that as well. Because basically I have YouTube Premium, so I can turn my phone off and keep the stream playing. So my phone was in my pocket, had a little earbud in my ear listening to the stream. And yeah, I just heard Joe say something about, hey, Doc is gonna go live or something. I'm like, oh.
He was begging me. So like at the end of his live stream, Doc, I dare you to go on. Doc, I dare you to go on.
By this point, I kind of expected that it's a regular thing for you to go live on Sundays. Just
Sunday, I get bored. but if you know what I find amazing, like even though right now it shows 9 viewers, even though I kind of doubt it, that even if when I end this, and there's the I guess the recording of this still up on YouTube.
Yeah, unless you take it down.
I used to delete the live streams I did because I thought, who's gonna watch this? I've left these StreamYard things up, and people watch the replays, the reruns. I don't.
Well, yeah, because that's really beneficial to them because for those who missed the live broadcast, like I noticed in the comments of the last couple of your streams, I read the comments from the video playback. A Miss Gwendy R regularly misses these.
Yes.
So I mean,
yeah. Well, there's. I just don't understand why people would watch a rerun of a live stream. I don't get it. But they pull in numbers. I don't get it, but they pull in numbers. Okay.
And I guess since Joe is not around right now, I guess I could go ahead and mention his name, Mr. Invisible Ray. He back when I still had my other channel up and I was saving all my live streams up as videos, he took those video playbacks and edited them down to a compilation video called The Vinyl Nerd Madhouse. And what's so funny is I've since then deleted those streams and that channel, but because Invisible Ray still has that video compilation up, you know, you can view various highlights of those streams there. I don't know what. There was a bit on it, later on in the video where Michael Elliot came on as Black Panther, and then when we questioned him later, he's like, "I don't know, man. That wasn't me."
Well, it just amazes me that people would want to watch a replay of this. You know, so.
Well, you know, I feel myself like with this coronavirus stuff going on, it's a good thing that we have this StreamYard and all these technological advances to be able to communicate with each other. Because the way I see it, we need each other now more than ever.
You can't get more social distancing than this. How many miles?
I mean, yeah.
Texas.
Let's see. I'm in the Texas Panhandle. You're
basically Detroit.
About 10 days north.
What? Oh, by drive you mean, or walking? but yeah, you know, like to sit at home and, you know, like do like to have a live stream is one thing, but to have this and you have about 5 other people join in, that's crazy nuts. You know, and we're all talking away, and
you know, I remember exactly who introduced me to this StreamYard thing, and I don't know if you know of a music chatter. His name is Brian with a Y. One night I'm just sitting there doing something. I don't even remember. This would have been about a year ago. Maybe I don't think it was still 2018. I think it was sometime in 2019. And I get this notification, Music Chatter's live, and I'm like, oh, okay. I click on it. I'm like, whoa, because he's got other people up on screen with him, and I'm like, how did you do this? And they're like, it's this StreamYard thing. And then there's a link there, and I click on it, and I'm like,
and you're there.
You know, from that very minute, I'm saying this is the future of live streaming on YouTube.
Well, yeah. Well, this and Zoom, I guess, is the other one.
Well, yeah, I heard people talking about Zoom too, and I'm like, I don't know what that one is. There's also a Streamlabs. Like, I tried Streamlabs like right after the 1,000 subscribers thing went into play so that I could still stream on my phone. And I tried it maybe one time. It came out very glitchy and pixelated. It didn't work out for me well.
Well, some are better than others, I guess. You know, like this works out great. I love this, and I'm using the free one still. So like, I kind of
that's a thing.
Doc. My time here too. I'm up on 2.5 hours.
That's the thing, Doc. You know, as much fun as we have with these, unfortunately, at some point they will come to an end. That is, unless you want to pay to do premium and get unlimited streaming access.
I get what, 20 hours a month, right? But I don't know when the month starts and ends. So, like,
well, then again, with premium, there are some unlocked features that.
Oh yeah.
Like you can take.
And you
can take down the names, and you can take down the Powered by StreamYard logo, and you could create your own custom background for like when you're.
I'm cheap. I can be free. but I just got to watch my time. That's all.
Yeah.
So as far as it's just knowing when the month starts and ends. You know, 20 hours, like 20 hours will do me fine, really. So I just gotta, if I do something on Sunday for a couple hours, what's that? That's five times a month times 2, that's 10 hours worth. That's 20 hours is plenty for me. So I just got to know when the month starts and ends.
Yeah.
So if it goes by March 1st to March 30th, fine. It's 20 hours within March, 20 hours within April, 20 hours within, if that's the way it works, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Although,
like fine.
I don't know where I was, but somewhere I was listening to a stream that you were on StreamYard with one time, and you were talking about like that for some reason your channel attracts cross dressers.
That was weird. Well, you know, when you get to a notification, such and such has subscribed to your channel, and you see the name, and it's nobody that you recognize, and you're going like, who the heck is that? So you go and kick back on to them to see who they are, and the first thing that came up was this guy in women's thing going, and I'm going like,
What?
this is what. Why are you subscribed to me? Who are you? Ew.
Like,
And if you're out there, sorry, but like I was like, what? But I've seen like what looks like children or like young teens.
yeah.
Like, why are you subscribed to me? Thank you, but I don't get it. You know, sorry, Wendy, that it's happened.
Well, you know, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't have my fair share of strange people subscribe to me in the past.
And I think you were here the time I had all the what do you call them? The trolls.
Yes.
The attack of the trolls the first time. Like,
Yes.
I was so unprepared for the onslaught. So like, what?
Oh, I don't know if I was around for that. That might have been that stream might have happened right before I came back on YouTube because I was taking a break for a bit there.
That would be back on probably Cat Party number 1 or 2 or one of those.
Yeah, I wasn't around for the first chat party. I wasn't back yet.
How about the second?
Maybe the third or.
Okay, because
I know. Yeah, I was around for the third and fourth. I'm not sure about the second. Might have been around for the second one.
The first one was basically me testing this out, you know, to see if I could even do it.
Well, you know, one night I just came back on YouTube because I after this break I was bored, so I created this new channel and I was talking with Richard Dolan. And he said, "Yeah, Doc went live the other day," and I'm like, "Oh, did he save the video up? Because I want to go watch the playback." And I go watch the playback, and towards the end I see that you're being trolled, and I'm like, "Okay, poor Doc. I would be surprised if he ever did this again after the whole trolling thing." And here we are up to, and surprise of all surprises, we're now up to number 5 here.
I like this.
I mean, yeah, it's fun.
I like this. You know, to have your own talk show. How cool! And I tell people, you know,
I mean, yeah, this is.
I have my own talk show.
I think at one point, Mr. Tom Hignotti at one point was like asking me one time. He was just asking me because he tell me, get in touch with Kid O'Toole and teach her more about this StreamYard thing because it's something that I'm a bit interested to try for Talk More Talk. And I'm like, okay, you know, so.
But I thought Talk More Talk was pretty neat when I first saw it. And I thought, hey, that's pretty cool how they do that.
Well, I'm not sure where the most recent episode is because I guess they're having issues getting it uploaded.
I don't know about that. But I thought the Talk More Talk thing was a pretty cool looking
And
thing.
I'm kind of interested, to meet Ken Michaels in particular because I know that his favorite Paul album is Flowers in the Dirt, and I've got a lot of nice things to say about that album myself. It's not my favorite of Paul's, but let's put it this way: it's my second favorite album that he released in the '80s, right behind Tug of War.
Hmm. In the '80s, well, I prefer anything that's Wings anyway, for the most part.
Oh yeah, but with this Beatles,
I think that was
with
best.
this fan-made Beatles discography project I'm working on, this takes place in a universe where Wings doesn't exist, and Denny Lane and Linda McCartney actually became extended Beatles.
Half the time, I wonder if Wings really existed anyway. It was just a name. Like, oh yeah, I've got a band now.
Well, yeah, pretty much, definitely in the early stages, because Band on the Run, you can hear Denny Lane all over the backing vocals, but does anyone else on that entire album get a lead vocal besides Paul?
No. If anything,
It started with thankfully it finally started with Venus and Mars, and we got Spirits of Ancient Egypt and Medicine Jar, I believe.
But when you're talking about Wings, the only album that I think is actually Wings is Speed of Sound, because that's when you get the whole band contributing. There's a song by there's a song by.
It's sad. It's sad to believe that Joe English only got one vocal in the entire time he was in Wings.
That's because it was Paul McCartney. How can you overshadow Paul McCartney?
Honestly, if Paul wanted to do the Beatles again, he should have just called up John, Paul, George, and why did I say Paul? If Paul wanted to do the Beatles thing again, he should have just called John, Ringo, and George up and be like, "Hey, I know we had our arguments, but let's just this was fun, so let's just get back to doing our thing again."
Let's just dick around and make some noise and see if anything comes of it. Could have.
I mean, I know what George would have said. He'd been like, "F this! I'm gonna go do All Things Must Pass, and then I'm gonna do Living in the Material World, and then I'm gonna get laryngitis, but record a new album anyways."
Ringo's on a Empty Hearts song. Did you know about the Empty Hearts?
I don't think I do.
I guess it's in the rack. Hang on. I have to go to my rack. E. Where are my E's? Coming back. This was recommended to me by Matthew Street. The Empty Heart.
Yeah, I think I saw your video about that. You were saying stuff like that. And Matthew Street's a great guy in the vinyl community. So if he's just happened to be watching this right now, there's a little shout out to go subscribe to his channel.
See, Matthew? See? Well, anyway, this album is 5 years old, really. And he had brought up the Empty Hearts recently, and I said,
well,
the album is 5 years old. What have they done since? And they said, there's a new album coming out this summer. The single to that is out now, and Ringo's on it. And I went, what? So, yes, I looked it up, and by golly, there's a...
Well, let's put it this way. I'll check it out, but fair warning, it better not be as bad as when Paul collaborated with, who was it, Kanye West. It better not be anything like that.
Or anything like with Stevie Wonder or something, or Michael Jackson.
Okay. Say is a redeemable song. What's That You're Doing is a redeemable song.
How about the girl?
Ebony and Ivory, Kill It With Fire.
Well, Ringo's on the background in this, so I wouldn't have known he was on it if Matthew Street hadn't said. But there is more Empty Hearts coming out. That was the main thing. But it was, hey, and Ringo's on it too. Oh. blues.
And
Yeah.
speaking of Matthew Street, here recently Joe did his video about which generation Beatles fan you are,
Mhm.
and Matthew Street had a response to that, and I thought about doing a response to that as well, but I already gave that response in a comment on Joe's video. I'm a sixth generation fan because I've only been a Beatles fan since about 2015.
Oh my. So you're way down there.
Yeah, I remember exactly. Like I had this little Android tablet with these little Apple earbuds, and I'm on Spotify, and I'm like, huh, the
Who are
Beatles.
you?
And then I put on Please Please Me, and I'm like, not bad, not bad. I'm digging the sound. It's
It's
upbeat,
better.
it's fun.
It gets
And then
better.
by the time you get to Pepper, I'm like, whoa, this is getting interesting.
And you never heard any of this stuff on the radio before.
Well, like songs like Getting Better, I've known that song way before I got into the Beatles, but not that version. Because in the early 2000s, like there was some pop group recorded a cover of it, really bad cover, I'll say, and that's the version I grew up knowing. And then when I finally heard the Beatles version years later, and that's another thing on the original Beatles version, they where they had the line, "I used to be cruel to my woman, I beat her and kept her away."
They changed that completely.
Well, this pop group, the version that I grew up with, that line wasn't even in there. And then when I heard it in the Beatles song, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this song just got dark."
Well, that is pretty dark for a Beatles. When they used to go, "All you need is love" and all this kind of stuff, and "I used to be cruel to my woman, I beat her." What the hell? It's kind of a shock.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I've known the song Maxwell's Silver Hammer since about 2009 or 10, 11, because in one of my classes in school, they played like a comedy video with that song in the background, and that was the first time I heard that song. And I also knew We Can Work It Out from a very early time as well, but not the Beatles version, because it was another example where I heard the song performed by a cruddy boy band,
Ooh.
and I thought the song was actually pretty good. Little did I know that years later, when I actually heard the Beatles version, their version was way better.
Hmm. Some things can be improved upon, but except there was one guy that did a version of, what was it? Oh gosh, I can't remember what was that. It's terrible. I heard it on the Beatles channel, and it was like, take that off. Oh, but I can't remember what it was now.
Well, like, and this same boy band pop group, they have an entire EP full of Beatles covers, and not a one of them are any good at all.
I remember hearing "Happiness Is a Warm Gun" and going like, "Who does that? Who does that?" And then I find out it's the Beatles. I went,
Oh my gosh.
I know. That's when you're still learning, I guess.
Well,
You know,
I got a
so
recent story
hard-
about that. I was actually Happiness Is a Warm Gun is one of my all-time favorite Beatles songs, like at least top 10. All Beatles songs are great, but some Beatles songs like Happiness Is a Warm Gun, in my opinion, they go out of their way to be better than the other songs.
But
And I was on like another streaming platform just the other night. This platform is made specifically for streaming. Like it's not like YouTube where you can upload videos as well. It's made for streaming. And they had one of those little Amazon Alexas, and they were like telling Alexa to play this and that, and I'm like, oh, it's my turn. And I'm like, let's do something random and surprise everyone. Happiness Is a Warm Gun by the Beatles. Not a one of those guys knew that song.
at all. And how old were they?
Uh,
Like youngins?
20s to maybe early 30s range.
And they were going like, "What are you playing there? What is that song? What is that?"
Well, yeah, they were saying that, and I'm like, You want to know what I'm playing? Music. What you were playing was rap.
Oh, well, that's different. Ah, I don't want to hear that LL Cool J. No. Forget that.
And then it comes to my turn again. I'm like, all right, time to provide them with something that they would at least see as a little more familiar. So I'm like, all right, Hey Jude. And like, oh yeah, that's a classic. We know that one. It was like, you only know it because everyone on the freaking planet knows that song.
If he doesn't do that in concert, I think they'd riot.
I mean, Hey Jude is pretty much the Kokomo of the Beatles. You know how like every you don't even have to be a Beach Boys fan, but you know that song Kokomo.
Well, I think anything that the Beach Boys could do could be their Kokomo.
And Kokomo really wasn't even that good of a song, in my opinion.
Well, I don't even think it was their biggest hit. Like if
the world at the time of 1988 would disagree because it became their first #1 single since Good Vibrations.
I
and
know
by the way, Good Vibrations is miles better than that one.
But it's like to say you got to have a signature song or something is a signature song.
Hey, look at what Mike just said.
Toilet paper is a warm gun. Bang bang, shoot shoot, or wipe wipe. Wipe wipe.
I just noticed that you said that, Mike. That's funny. What was I saying though?
Well, you're educating the masses on the Beatles and
yeah,
and rap and
what rap is not music.
No,
I don't care what anyone says. Rap.
How the hell do you compose a song that's rap?
The perfect term to say, you know, Day Tripper, Craig with the K.
Yeah.
I was watching a chat one time, and I think it was on Joe's channel, and this was a while ago, like 2 years ago. And Day Tripper comes on. They're talking about rap for some reason, and Day Tripper comes on and makes the most respectable point: rap is crap.
Well, we're all in agreement with that. I don't even understand how it wins Grammy awards. What?
Well, because Joe has said it. Joe has said it himself several times. He says it probably every single time he's live. The world is just stupid these days.
Just look at what we're doing now. Cleaning out the stores of toilet paper. You know, like we've all gone bonkers.
Well, in my store today, we actually had toilet paper on the shelves.
Oh, good. You should have bought some.
I did.
Good for you. How much did you buy? 10 rolls or 10 packages, I mean.
No, I just bought one package because I'm a considerate guy who wants to give everyone a chance to be able to get at least one thing of toilet paper. I'm not one of those people who's going to go into the store and just hoard it all and leave none for the rest.
But they are. Yes, they are. And I got into a semi fight with a little old lady a week ago over 5 packages. Look, we both converged, and there were 5 packages there, and I grabbed one, she grabbed one, I grabbed one, she grabbed one. I had my hand on the 5th, and she went like, oh, all right, you can have it. Go ahead.
I still don't know what the big deal is about it. You know, it's essentially paper for you to wipe with.
Yes, but if you don't have it,
and you choose that in the possible event of an apocalypse over, I don't know, food, water,
paper. We've got to have over food even. Got to have and sanitizer. And bread, milk, eggs, I guess, whatever. To make French toast. Yeah. Okay. It is a crazy world we live in where rap is king and toilet paper is gold. So I don't know.
Well, and I mean, one of the few times that I actually told someone that I liked the Beatles, they made fun of me for it. And this was back when I first discovered them. So, you know, I'm glad I kind of found my home over here on YouTube with this vinyl community.
Yes. Where we almost We kind of think alike, and it's so neat to see someone else have the same stuff you do. You say, yeah, I got that. Yay. Yay. One of the few records that I still have around here. I didn't throw that out. Okay. Oh. Yeah, TP for our bungholes.
I know what he's referencing there.
Yeah, I
Because
can't.
James Latteroot does it all the time over on this other streaming platform.
Oh, does he do a good Butthead or Beavis or which one ever that is?
Yeah, it's Beavis. It's the Beavis and Butthead thing he does it to death.
I've never heard it. I'm gonna have to bug him about it next time I see him. It's like do the Beavis thing. Do the Beavis thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is why I'm trying to I mean, when I found out you were on Skype, I'm like, oh, that's great. I can put him in this group with Richard Dolan, James Latteroot, and James Byers.
No worse than StreamYard. It's the same bunch.
Well, yeah.
In fact, I think it's a feather in my cap. I got Stephen Schnee today.
But the only problem with that is I don't know how to find you on Skype because apparently you're not Doc Dawkins on Skype.
No, and today was my first day anyway. So
Well, like I
just signed on this morning.
Ah, there it is, the vinyl community, and so there we all are right there, and that's our group.
Ooh. Okay. I didn't know Purex made TP. I thought Purex made laundry detergent.
I mean, if you want in the group, that's all fine and good, but I don't know how to find you.
I'm under my real name.
Well, I'm not about to bother you to ask what that is.
But I mean, like I was signing up and it said, put in your first name, put in your second name, put in your email address.
Oh no! Well, when I set up Skype, that was back when I was still going by Mr. M&M, and they allowed me to use Mr. M&M.
I don't know. I was just signing up for the first time, so I was just following the instruction. Put in your first name. Okay. Like I could have put in Dawkins, but
something you don't know is that I think you have to set it up with your real name, but then you can go back in after you've created your account and edit your name to whatever you want.
I'm not sure if I'll ever use it again. This was the first time I've ever used it. Like Skype's been around for a long time, but I've never bothered with it.
Yeah.
Today. So I don't know whether I'm gonna bother much with it after this or not. It was nice, but I like this StreamYard thing where you can have.
Yeah, I like StreamYard too. It's a shame that YouTube won't let me do it on my own channel.
Well.
But then again, you don't want to see me host my own stream again because those were disasters.
Well. Wait. You can't do StreamYard.
No, I can do StreamYard. I can't. This YouTube won't let me register my channel for live streaming for any reason.
I've basically swore off the live stream thing. I'd rather do this. So like no big deal. If I couldn't live
this technically has to run through YouTube live streaming, and then
Oh, so like you could do a StreamYard, but when it says where do you want it to show up, it says no. You can't.
Like the destination.
Okay.
Because you can do it. You can do it to YouTube or Facebook or
Instagram or something. Yeah.
I don't think you can do it to Instagram because Instagram is a little different type thing there.
I'm not even on those things, so I don't know how they work. So
your home is basically YouTube.
Yes.
Well, but again, not saying any names here, but I here a while back, a former friend of mine in the vinyl community was kind of calling me out for such and such. I don't even know why he had any problems with me, but he was saying like he went to my channel and he's like scrolling through all my StreamYards that I've uploaded, and it's like he's saying this is bizarre. Who's that? He's like, who's that? Doc Docus? Because there was one with you on there, and then he was like, "There's a guy with the spam logo," and that guy was actually Michael Elliot. But they all guessed it was James Byers because that sounds like something James Byers would do. And just wanted to point that out there. Again, not gonna say any names here for the purpose of not causing any drama. But so what if I have a guy on there with the spam logo? I can't profile he wants to use.
Well, it's no worse than having a guy join that has a bag on his head. What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, Invisible Ray. Now there's a
I wasn't
voice
using
of reason.
I wasn't using any names. That's all I had to say. Bag on head. That's all. You know who I'm talking about. So,
Well, it's also when we I remember one StreamYard, and James Latteroot brings this up every single day I talk to him. He's like, "Remember when James Byers came on camera and mooned us?"
I missed that one.
I didn't even know it was James Byers. I just thought it was some random troll. But no, apparently, according to James Latteroot, it was James Byers.
Of course, there was the one where I was accused of having no pants.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I was around for that one. I think I heard rumor about that. There was the one, it was on James' channel where y'all did science experiments.
Oh. What was that?
Well, I was working that day, unfortunately, so I missed the majority of it.
I had to do with I think would an egg float in water?
Uh-huh.
I think that's what it was. Like if you put an egg, will it float or will it sink? I think that's what. I think
Well,
that's.
I heard rumor about how that worked out from Michael Elliott soon after that happened, and he's like, yeah, they were doing science experiments and they were doing all kinds of crazy stuff that normally would get them flagged. And I'm like, really?
Why would anybody flag putting an egg into water?
Well, apparently he said that there was rumor that you all were playing copyrighted music as well.
I haven't done that for.
Well, if it was on James' channel, since he doesn't go live very often, it's very rare. He probably would have been okay with because he would have just fallen right under YouTube's belt. He would, because YouTube really looks for the bigger names here.
Yeah, but I've been given the big warning from YouTube before back on the live.
Yeah, I heard the story about like you just happened to be playing the Justice League movie during a stream.
That was before that even. Like Warner Brothers heard it somehow in the background and had me shut down. But back when we were basically playing disc jockey and playing whatever, somebody would say, hey, play such and such, and I'd bring it up and play it. And it went okay for, I don't know, a while. And then all of a sudden, one night, this big yellow banner comes up at the top. You are playing copyrighted music. You must desist. I'm going like, But otherwise, I had been playing disc jockey a couple times before that. So.
Well, yeah, I remember those were the first few streams I've been to.
James,
of yours, where it was back in the day where, looking back on it, I'm sorry that I made you listen to like almost every single Beach Boys song ever because I knew you were probably going to get copyrighted for it, but I was at that time I was like, you know what, more people need to know about these underrated albums.
Yeah, but back then the audience was a lot lower too.
I do remember though that you didn't care too much for Beach Boys Love You.
Still don't.
That was the one where like it was on one song where it's like where the lyrics like pat her on her butt, and you really blew up about that one.
I was like, what is that?
Well, I mean, look at it this way: they were looking at it in an innocent point of view as like a baby. It wasn't
Yeah.
wrong. And I just noticed James Myers is here.
Yes, still going strong. Yes, well, semi-strong. I don't know. I've got supposedly 6 viewers, and I don't know how many audience. 2, 3, really? I look at that 6 number and I'm going like, that can't be right. So I think a lot of people have really left. I don't even. I think Mike Mason was probably the most bravest person to last this long. A lot of people.
And yeah, we all know why they left. It was probably because it was so coincidental that when I came in here, there were 4 people on screen, and then they all just left right when I came in here.
You must be bad luck.
Yeah, I've come to figure that that's probably what it is.
It's coincidence. I don't know.
And again, I don't want people to. If people feel the need that they are uncomfortable being around me, then I just won't come on when they're around, But
oh, you're taking it too personal. Room for a small one? Very small.
Well, thank you, Mike.
Yes.
But again, not saying names here, but there are at least 4 people on YouTube that don't much care for me.
There's a lot of people that don't care for me either. So it goes both ways, I suppose. But I do find it funny that I've been on this thing for 2 years, although my first 6 months or so were basically nothing. And then all of a sudden, I fell into a group that, that I was accepted.
Well, I guess we have Mayo to thank for that, because I remember when he shouted you out on that one stream, and I came over to your channel. I'm like, okay, this guy's pretty funny.
Well, yeah, but when I first started watching what I call the Beetle people, the first one that I started to watch was Canadian Stud Muffin. Okay, you know who that is?
Yes, I do know who that is.
He was the first one I watched as Beetle people.
I think he was like, his channel's been around since like 2006, so he's probably the first one.
But he was the first one I watched, and then all of a sudden recommended for you, says, here, watch this MeanMrMayo guy. Okay, so I watched him and I thought, oh, I like him better than the Stud Muffin. So I think James Byers, James Byers gonna for another minute or so.
Mr. Byers.
Yes.
No.
We're still here. We're still here.
I left you 2.5 hours ago.
It's going on 3.
Wow.
I got 2:58 showing on the clock.
Gosh.
I know. Longest one ever.
Absolutely.
While I've got James up here on screen,
yes.
Even though I pretty much know exactly your opinion on this because you stated it to me, but what do you think of you now?
As a platform, it's fine. You know, I'm sure lots of people.
I mean,
love it.
I'm glad that you went out of your way to create an account just to
Well,
support
I
me and
didn't.
James,
I didn't.
just to support me and James L. But it, you know, and you stated it well yourself. You like me and James L. But you didn't really care for those other people because they didn't share the same things in common. And I'm totally fine with that.
It was just boring. No one was really saying anything.
Yes, indeed.
And here's James trying to sustain something with no one else doing much. So I thought, well, if I want to essentially hear nobody talking, I'll just go and read.
Yeah, but you were messaging me on Skype saying that this is boring and stuff like that.
It was. I found
it honestly was. The only reason I was there really was to support James because he's a good friend of mine, and you know, I encourage him.
Well, yes. I mean, if it's stuff, or if it's you and James on you now, and people are actually going to be saying stuff, then fine. But other than that, I've got my books.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need words to entertain me.
And I've noticed, James, you got yourself a little beard going on there.
Well, it's not so much growing a beard as in just not shaving. Technically, there's a difference.
Upon turning 20 on the 22nd of this month, I've decided that I'm no longer shaving.
Ever. Good. None of us.
Well, I am, but I'm going to just shave around here and leave this alone.
Oh, the goatee's out. The goatee's out. Go for the whole thing. Goatee is passe.
Well, I don't know if Doc's heard, but I've told like Joe and Adam. I said about 10 years ago, I had like quite a big beard, and I was.
Yes, I've heard that story.
Yeah.
You were having like a coffee with a friend, and she said, "You know, you're starting to look homeless."
Yeah, just randomly, and I just thought, oh, okay. And then the next day, I thought, right, okay. Took me ages, but I got rid of it all. And then nobody recognized me. You know,
it's incognito.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's good if I want to smuggle things in and out of countries. Just grow a beard with a briefcase. That's it, you know.
Nobody ever searches beards.
No, absolutely. You can fit all sorts. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. It doesn't do much to attract the women, but I don't really attract many of them without it anyway. So what can you do? So how's your Sunday been, Mason?
Oh, we've been good. We've been good.
We're all alive. We're all still breathing.
They're all still breathing. Good. Yep, I try to breathe at least once a day.
Yeah, it helps.
It passes the time, if nothing else, doesn't it? Yes. Yeah. So I watched Homeland, and then I watched Hunters with Al Pacino. Fantastic.
Wow.
So I've had a very productive 2 hours since I saw you last. And I drank 2 cups of tea. There you go.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
And I fed my
time.
Absolutely. And I fed my cat.
Ah, that's good too.
Yes.
Oh, I just found Mr. Ladderroot.
Huh? I haven't fed my cat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on. I was thinking about James Ladderroot, and I'm like, I think I know where he is. And sure enough, he's over on there.
Oh, he's on somebody else's show.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure he's quite happy there for the time being.
So see, I get competition.
No, because that's not even on YouTube. That's on. That's over on you now.
I don't know.
Well, all of you are all first place to me.
Yes, James.
He had what, four guests, 3 guests?
Yeah, about like that.
And I think
and James B, they are mostly the same people that you found to be boring.
Okay,
but,
I couldn't really.
One of these days, I'm going to try to do a broadcast on you now and get James L in there, and see if you'd come on and talk with us, and there just be me and him, you know.
Well, if
And
there's conversation going, then yeah,
well,
fine. You know,
the way YouNow works differently from YouTube. They don't copyright you for playing music.
Oh,
there you go.
thanks for copyright music.
Yeah.
So I could like play all the Beatles albums one by one and for like 5 hours straight in a broadcast. We could talk about the music there.
And not get spanked.
To be honest, even I, as an obsessive, would struggle with 5 hours of Beatles. I'd be a bit beatled out, you know. Throw in a few other things here and there, maybe, you know, I might survive.
We could play Herman's Hermits or something.
Oh, I like a bit of Herman's. There you go. Yeah.
Well, they have that one hit song. Something tells me I'm in something good, something like that.
That's my favorite.
Yep. And who was that written by?
Peter Noon.
No, it's Carole King.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
But
I'm
yeah,
glad
I actually got the pleasure of seeing Peter Noon's Hermans, I believe February 2019.
Wow, amazing, cool. Well, if you actually watch Carole King does it in her sets, and she actually does it really, really good.
It's her song, why not?
Yeah, and she also does, if anything, better than the Monkees. She does Pleasant Valley Sunday.
But not better than the Monkees, though.
I think so.
Oh, really?
It depends. It's border. I love them doing it, but I love her doing it too.
Well, sometimes you can live with both versions.
Absolutely, yeah. But the one thing is, if you listen to Carole King's demo, it doesn't have the riff. Was it that Peter Tork did? Down, 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 down. So that was his. He put that in the song. But now when Carole King does it, she does it like the Monkees. But it's not her. Obviously, it's her voice doing it. So that's what I love.
Yeah, well, she's just taking what was a good thing and making it better, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
The Monkees
just kind of thought, damn, why didn't I put that when I wrote it?
It's all in the production.
Absolutely, yeah.
She just didn't think of it.
No. See, if she'd have been here with us, we could have told her, Carol, you should have thought of it.
Yeah.
Then you might have gotten somewhere.
You might have eclipsed the Monkees.
Absolutely.
Oh, Mr. Byers, you're going to be getting a Skype message to the Bunny Cam group because I just got it on my phone. It's just from Chloe. Just letting you know.
I've just got my Skype lit up, but I'm not looking because I'm doing this.
Okay.
Yes.
And just in case you don't already know, James, Chloe is the real name of Bunny. So that
I know. See, she was quite nice, but as I say, if I don't know people, it's
yes.
What am I going to say?
I'm looking on my phone here, and according to that, we have 6 people watching in the chat.
Hello, 6 people watching in the chat. 6 people. You know, we've all got some sort of facial thing and a beard sort of going on. It's like the 3 stages of beard here. There you go.
Yeah.
I must be the final stage.
You are.
And there's another thing, James. James L. constantly tells this story whenever I talk with him, but he always brings up the time that we were doing StreamYard somewhere, and he said that you came in and mooned everyone.
No, I didn't.
Okay, then he's wrong.
Totally false. Rubbish.
Because I was there at the time.
He keeps telling everyone that it was you that did it, and I keep telling him, I'm not sure that's correct. I'm sure it was actually a troll.
It was a troll.
Because James Byers, you're known to be the Santa Claus thing and stuff like that with that dark humor there, but I know that you would never go as far as actually mooning us.
No, I mean, just to prove it wasn't me, I could do it now, so you can.
Oh,
compare
thank
the
God,
two.
no.
But you know, seeing is believing.
Do you get more subscribers if you moon?
Well, you could set up a Patreon account,
Ah,
and you know, like the gold tip. But no, it definitely wasn't me.
You know, I don't even know what that whole Patreon thing is. Does anyone know what that is?
you sign up for it and people send you money.
Yeah.
Oh,
They love it so much.
so pretty much PayPal.
Well, in a way, because I know, because there's no gigs, people I know are now, you know, they're doing this whole like live on YouTube stuff. So what you'd sort of pay for a gig, people are sort of doing on Patreon, which is a good way for people to earn money sitting at home with a guitar rather than actually going anywhere. And
Well, in these days of uncertainty, you get money coming in from Patreon.
absolutely.
But
I mean,
you
it doesn't.
pay for your videos, though. That's what they usually tell you. Like, if you want to see more videos like this, send me money via Patreon, and so I can
Absolutely.
continue to make videos. So,
Well, I'd love to do that, but I'm not sure I have the money to just give to people, you know. Because I work a
No.
part-time job of $8 an hour.
ooh.
Oh, apparently Mike has a beard as well. Good stuff, Mike.
Good for you, Mike. Good.
Yes.
Oh,
for
now
it.
we're missing this for Mike to come up on StreamYard. Then we'd have 4 guys with beards here.
The
Well,
beard tools. Yes.
Having a beard is now the average American male.
You know what? This is something funny that caught my eye today. These friends of mine put me into a texting group, and you know what they decided to call the group? Because they can name it. The Kids with the Z Around the Block.
The kids around the block.
Yeah, but
Wow.
it's.
As in, like, new
I-
kids on the
I'm
block.
asking them in the group, who came up with that?
Too many syllables.
Yeah.
Around what block?
I don't even know. Well, I titled it. I titled it something else. I don't remember what I titled it, but it wasn't stupid like that.
Well,
At least I've got chat party.
Oh, I got a bunch of chat parties. We've got the besides the StreamYard here. We've got me and Mr. Byers are part of the Honey Fam group and it's a great group over there. A lot of nice people over there, right, James?
I'm sort of 1 foot in, but yes, technically.
Oh, we're all nice people.
And then we've got the vinyl community Skype group that I created that's got me, Richard Dolan, James L, and you in it, James. And I'm trying to talk Doc into joining that.
Are you on Skype, Doc?
Yes, but not under his. But he's under his.
Hey, I've
Okay.
signed up today this morning.
Well, when you want to, try and look for us because we're all there.
Come looking.
Yeah, we're all. As a matter of fact, we're all. Where are we?
Well, no, everyone's on Skype. Adam, Mayo, Dolan. The only one that isn't.
I don't know. I don't know that for a proved fact that Mayo's actually on Skype.
Ah, well, there you go.
There is a Mr. Mayo on Skype, but I'm not 100% sure it's Joe.
The only one who isn't around is Michael Elliot. He's not on Skype.
He said but he did say that he was years ago. So there's our little group there.
Ah,
There you go.
that's a sweet little group. There we are.
Well, it's like Groucho Marx said. I would never want to be a member of a. No, what he said? I would never want to join a club that would have me as a member. So.
Yeah, you know, I'm now curious. I'm gonna let's see here. Oh, he doesn't have Skype anymore.
Who's this?
Mr. Mayo, because I typed his name up on Skype and he doesn't have it anymore. But about a week ago, I got curious and typed it on Skype and I found Mr. Mayo, but I wasn't sure it was actually him.
It's an imposter.
It's an even meaner Mr. Mayo.
Mm. It's a troll.
It's a troll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're texting to the Skype group over there. I see James L is texting over there.
Oh.
I mean, I was about to go try to find him and let him know that this was going on so he could come hang out with us, but I noticed he was over there with his friends on you now, and I'm like, I don't want to take him away from this, you know.
He wouldn't leave you now. That's his thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's been on you now longer than YouTube, coincidentally.
Yes. I mean, I know he pops up here and there, but here, there, where? What's that? What's that? That's your. You said that was that Curly's grandson or something. You said earlier.
This is Curly, but this weekend I run into Curly's grandson on YouTube.
Oh wow! Okay.
And I thought he was great. I liked him.
Ooh.
So if you get a chance, look up Curly's grandson. That's the title, and see his little videos.
Oh yeah.
I mean, is he actually who he says he is?
Yes, I had to look him up. He would be the son of Curly's second wife.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yes, but he looks just like him, which was the killer. You know, like, hi, I'm Curly's grandson. I'm going
Well,
like,
you know, remember about 9 or 10 years ago, I don't remember when it was, they did a Three Stooges movie in color.
well, yeah, but
And
he should have
Oh,
played.
wasn't that with Yes.
They had Will Sasso as Curly.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
learning about this guy, why didn't they have him do it? He would have been perfect. Because Will Sasso was so-so as Curly. Michael Chiklis was terrible. I hated Michael Chiklis as Curly.
Well, from what I gather, it wasn't a very successful film. I mean, I saw some of it and I just couldn't.
well, I mean, I have respect for the film because it tried to be classic Three Stooges, but you know, in color, and for the most part, it pulled it off.
Well,
they tried to be modern Stooges.
Oh my gosh, there were so many funny moments from that movie. Crud. What was the one? There was like a gag where they took irons and tried to do CPR with irons on someone.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
It had its moments, but I had trouble with the casting, I guess. Like the only one I really liked was whoever they had for Mo.
Oh yeah, Mo was quite good. Yeah.
Curly was and Curly was nah. Didn't like Curly at all, or very much. So that is very tough for students. But here's this Curly's grandson who looks just like Curly. I thought he was great. So I don't know if you got
when it comes to black and white TV for me, one of my all-time favorites would have to be the original Twilight Zone.
Because the ones
Twilight Zone was good. Yeah.
Heck, I even like the '80s Twilight Zone series. Fun fact: who did they use as a guest star for the first episode of that show?
Probably
Bruce Willis.
Oh wow, Bruce Willis. Yeah, who probably at that time was probably still doing something like moonlighting.
Not
even
even
that. That's why he still had a full head of hair.
Yeah. Wow.
Who else was on that show? Because I have the entire '80s Twilight Zone series on DVD.
Ooh.
Just 3 seasons. Morgan Freeman guest starred on it. I think Ghostbusters was, I think, a brand new movie at that time, like 84, 85-ish, when that show was going on. And I think they had an episode with Danny Potts in it.
Oh wow!
Very famous people now.
Absolutely.
Hey, who said the original didn't have famous people?
They came from
William Shatner.
Sure. Look what happened to him.
Yes.
He's doing commercials on TV now.
That's how far he's fallen.
Yeah, no, and he also did a little thing called Star Trek. You may have heard of it.
No, I was watching Lost in Space.
And I wasn't born, but I've seen it.
I might have seen it once or twice.
Make it so.
Yeah. You know what? It's coming on 6:30 where I live. I'm getting hungry.
Oh.
So and I've been on here for over 3 hours, which is a great testament to this.
You are going to leave this up as a video, right?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. But,
because you had a good chat going there with Joe and Michael Elliot talking about.
I get some good guests.
Yeah,
I will say that.
It's just a bizarre experience that the minute I came on screen, they all left.
Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about
I'm not worried about it. I'm just
Mason.
It's just kind of a weird coincidence.
Can I give you just one bit of advice that I hope you take on board?
Yes.
The more you keep saying how much everyone leaves and doesn't talk to you, the less people will talk.
That's a fair point to make there. Oh, there's Mike.
We're sorry, Mike. We're about to close.
I have no problem whatsoever, but it comes across as off-putting and paranoid.
Yes.
And it creates bigger problems than there perhaps are.
Well, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just pointing out that it's something that happened, but maybe it's a situation where some things are better left not said.
Yeah.
Just let the streams ebb where they will.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I want to bring into this is drama.
No drama. No drama. No drama.
No drama. No.
So let's just leave it at that.
All you need is love.
I want to thank everyone for showing up on chat party number 5.
Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure.
And James' camera is choppy. Yeah, you'll get that fixed someday.
Yeah, does it really matter though? Because we're about to end the stream anyways.
Yeah, whatever. I'm hungry. I want to go eat. So I thank you all for joining. Thanks to my past guests for joining.
Oh, always a pleasure coming on.
Thank you to all my audience there that stuck with me for the last 3 hours and such. Come back next Sunday for another chat party. Hey.
Yay.
Yeah, can't wait for number 6.
Yeah, okay. Take care, everyone.
Peace out.